both.
And we're going with portables. They're in.
Well, it's
But then
wanna
also
hit
with
that
the
light
Wii U,
behind you?
you had the controller on the screen and you saw different stuff on the television. You had a capability to do it. I don't know why it's so outlandish now.
Do you think that maybe that's a reason why the Switch sells so well? Is because there's not a Nintendo handheld system to combat it?
Well, they combined their
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
handheld and portable divisions, so I don't know if they'll ever go back to individual SKUs. I don't know why this is so.
I'm going out with Elise tomorrow morning.
Well, good for you.
Good for you.
You can Elise me alone. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Expect more from today's show, everybody. All right. We are live. We are
You
live.
should be apologizing to Elise.
Yeah.
I would, but she just won't listen to me.
Okay.
See, people,
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo podcast. Webisode 845, the Cramorant podcast.
Welcome to your doom.
Take
The-
this Pokemon and Cramorant it.
Go Nintendo podcast is part of the HyperX Podcast Network. Listen to our show and other great shows on HyperX or podcast.hyperx.com.
You're not. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to.
No,
I'm
it's not.
interrupting
Listen,
again.
No. That was in the beginning. We're past those days.
We're back to childish.
Did you interrupt to apologize for interrupting?
I
did.
thought we were
Yes.
done. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yes, been here in a bit. Mom, Brain, you want to tell
What's
us
the
about
format anyway?
Cramorant, please?
What do we talk about here?
Absolutely. I could talk about
Abso.
It's a lot, but I think you can Cramorant it into the time
Oh.
given.
I think you could Cramorant in here.
Cramalama ding dong.
I'm gonna lick a rat now.
Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. Cramorant is so strong that it can knock out some opponents in a single hit, but it also may forget what it's battling mid-fight.
Man, that sounds like so. It's got rage issues. It's
Yeah, I
just it
guess.
goes into a blind rage when it's fighting other
affects
Pokemon.
the memory,
Like
apparently.
Grandpa rage.
2 feet tall,
Old man rage.
39 pounds,
Why'd I walk in there?
both male and female genders. Special category is Gulp. Abilities include Gulp, Missile.
Yeah, I mean, no comment.
All right.
I've seen a few people on the internet perform Gulp Missile.
Excuse me. Negative COVID test yesterday as well.
Oh,
by the way.
congratulations.
Thank you. I have other.
Just filthy.
Yeah, just filthy because
They call it the croup.
No, they call it an ear infection in both ears and a sinus infection from
Oh,
Atlantic
the
City.
ears are connected, and in your
What did
case,
you-
there's
what
nothing
did you
between
do in
them. So
Atlantic City?
I went to Harris.
Did you go swimming?
So
No.
stupid.
Missile
No.
gulping.
We were in a.
Did you bob for apples like on a street corner?
No, we
Did
were.
you lick a door handle like back in
No.
Like a
the?
rat now.
I was just
We
gonna
were-
say that.
We were pretty careful, but it was a really stressful couple of weeks, so that could have been in any either. Either.
And
Gulp
either two,
Missile
yeah.
is when the Pokemon uses Surf or Dive. It will come back with
I thought
prey.
she was gonna say surf or die.
Or die.
When it
Die, die,
takes
die, 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 die.
That's what I was
damage,
thinking.
it will spit out the prey to attack.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
Thank you.
Perfect.
You're
Excellent.
So
Mom Brain is here.
welcome.
I have spoken.
Ooh, Kirby is here.
Hey, everybody.
Do Michaels is here. And Nikki Hill has returned.
Don't get used to it.
Okay. Also, of course, I have to say hello to the chat. Hello, Alternate Liz and Joe Shabadu and Tanuki Tony and Steel Diver and Drake Gamer and Hiley and Tom and Rhett Souza and Ice Dilbert and Giant Reggie and Roth with a lovely pumpkin with a cat popping out of it.
Grantimus.
Aw.
Grantimus and I already said that, and Steve Irwin, RIP, and PT. First, PT says first time listening in a long time. Well, thanks for joining, PT, and we'll see you in a few more years. And Malak Halo and
Maybe.
whoever else I didn't see in here.
Kyle Lanquin.
Kyle Lanquin.
Anastasia Beaverhausen.
Oh my God, there's so many people today. Backseat Studios is in here. Yes, thank you. Hello, Fluffernutter. Wowie, whoa. What the hell's going on today? You people must be bored. Thanks for
It's
joining
such a
us,
nice
everybody.
day out though.
It is. Well, there are people out there who hate the outside
Oh,
like me,
right.
and you never want to be there. Each podcast I start off with like some stupid stuff to
Doesn't
talk about.
anyone care
Oh my
what I
God.
think?
Josh Grobot, my old friend from college. How are you?
I'm here to grace you with my presence.
Josh, what you been playing lately? What you up
Call
to?
of Duty,
Call of
bro.
Duty, bro. Big Call of
That
Duty
comes,
Modern Warfare 2 is
sorry.
out there.
Can you two chill out? That comes later in the podcast.
What we playing?
I know I haven't been here for what, a week or two, but yeah,
We
talk
changed
about
it. Top to bottom.
Well, let me tell you what I've been
Hell
playing
yeah.
then.
We don't talk about Nintendo anymore. And of course, George is here.
Did you know you can play Tetris for free on
George,
Tetris.com?
did you know that?
Yeah, I hear it every gosh darn week.
Whoa, no, George, you're always so pleasant.
Yeah, well, that robot's really getting on my nerves.
Hello,
Not
Zikamuto.
at all.
He's been walking a fine line for a long time.
Oh, hi, Storba.
Sure, whatever.
Oh, guys, don't do this. You've been working together so well since George
Moving
came to
on.
join. Oh boy. All right.
Well, okay, let's lime guns be lime guns.
That story was boring and dumb.
What? At first, I thought you said lime gods. I was like, what?
I don't want to be
Does
here.
George worship the
Oh,
line?
Oh, this
Josh.
show's falling
Oh,
apart.
I'm still
no.
workshopping it.
Hey, George. I'm drinking Sprite. That's got lime in it.
Yeah. Represent.
Did you say represent?
Yeah. Why are you asking me? He's the one talking.
That's true. That's true. Oh, that's
Sit
funny.
right here.
Everyone's in such a good mood except Josh. No, I think George is in a bad mood too. Maybe
I'm
not.
in a great mood. I'm feeling real,
Don't sound like it.
real fresh and sour. Tart.
Don't be a sweaty, be a go-getter.
There you go.
I
Thanks,
think
Josh.
The term is tart.
Moving on.
Moving on. I usually have things I talk about in the beginning of the show, but I got some stuff this week, but I like farted it out. I really didn't have
That's
anything.
what that smells.
Does anybody have like something they really want to talk about at the beginning of the show? Because I can go into what I got. But,
I have something that I would like to show everyone.
oh, that's tough.
It's a picture my mother just sent me of their pool.
Oh, with a
Wow.
The old Thanksgiving owl.
here you go. It's a turkey inflatable for a pool.
That's really, I guess that's what you do in Florida.
I mean, listen, nobody does anything the normal way in Florida, so or the traditional way, I should say. So I'm not surprised.
What does this
They
mean?
do it the Florida way.
What does what mean?
This thing in the chat here about
Explain the internet to me.
Rouge, is it?
Rouge. Okay, we can talk about that. Sure. Sonic Prime is coming to Netflix
What is
on
that term?
I will tell you in a second. Holy moly. You asked what it means and then you won't let me tell you.
Just you and me
Sonic
here,
Prime
George.
is coming to Netflix on December 15th. It is a brand new animated series.
You heard it right. Prime coming to Netflix.
Featuring I know, featuring Sonic and all of Sonic's friends. Hello, Nico Darunia. So Rouge the Bat is in this show. In this picture that is in the Discord, I'll
Oh,
explain for
no.
audio listeners only. It has two pictures of Rouge, and it says, "Did they nerf her?" Fans criticize Rouge's redesign for Sonic Prime.
Oh,
So
I get
nerfing
it.
means make worse.
Oh, so let me guess.
Oh.
The sexy bat isn't sexy enough for some
So
people.
Well, I was gonna
typically,
say-
like you would say, did they nerf someone in a game, and that would mean did they make them weaker? Is their gun weaker? Is their special ability weaker? With this nerf related in the title, I don't know if this is a legit title or not. I would guess it means less sexy or
I
smaller
was gonna
boobs.
say, yeah, they
So,
covered her up.
and they
just
also
like they
covered
did-
her up.
Yeah,
Yes,
just like they
that's
did
right.
with
Difference?
Space Jam.
There's a
They covered
there's
her
a
up. Her
huge
Her
difference.
outfits are totally.
There's a vast difference.
The one on the left would be the new redesign where she's not
The
showing
only
skin.
difference I see
But
is
that's-
shoulders, like shoulders and a
Whole
little
arm,
cleavage.
whole
Cleavage.
arm, cleavage, no
The top of them
cleavage.
today.
Yes. Where are my back titties? Damn it! Yeah, you can't zoom in on that.
I don't know if you guys are joking. I think this is stupid, but
Well, it's definitely stupid.
Wait,
I agree
okay,
with that.
cool.
What do you
Okay,
mean? Wait, joking about what?
My question really initially was, what does Nerf mean? But while I was looking at it, I was like, oh, well, Nerf guns are like non-violent guns, and like it's like taking a step down. So maybe nerfing is like
Yeah, I guess it's
the
still.
desexualizing.
Makes
Random
sense.
says stupid on this here show.
Aw.
in this
Um,
instance.
Now is
Also,
the internet
Just
legit?
want to say in the picture on the right, her hand is like this. In
Yes.
the picture on the left, her hand is like this. Totally different.
And as
design.
we all know in shows, people are static images and never move. Is this a silly conversation or stupid, as you put it? Yes. Are people really upset about it? Probably. Maybe.
maybe.
I'm sure. Steel Diver, is this a legit post or article from somewhere? If so, I would love to read the full thing because that's great. But yes,
Is
my
it
thing
sourced,
is,
that
Also,
image.
her outfit
I
is
saw
different.
that I saw multiple articles talking about how people were very happy with Rouge's design in the new show. So
There you go.
I was wrong. Now here's the
I
Sonic
think
we
she
all
looks
know and
great.
love,
The question
right?
is, does she love her
Wow,
son?
what
Yeah.
the heck happened to him
Oh
here?
my god,
Put those grippers
Gotta
away.
say, last week,
looks like a freak.
last week I was at Legoland, and
Legoland.
there's a lot of Halloween things going on, and there are a lot of people, children and adults, dressed up like Sonic the Hedgehog.
I was saying the
There
other
you
day, I
go.
think he's more popular now than he's ever been.
Yeah, that Jim Carrey. It's all him.
I hope he comes back for this third
Jim
movie.
Carrey and James Madsen.
You know,
Has nothing to do with Sonic.
I'll never forget. There was the Emmys, and that's
Isn't
it.
it James Marsden?
There was the
That's what I
Emmys,
meant.
Okay.
and they were doing their little shtick in the beginning where they're telling jokes. I don't remember who was hosting, and they're like, "Let's take a look." Paraphrasing, I'm getting this all wrong, I'm sure, but it was like,
Sonic came out and said,
let's take a look
"Nobody
at the
cares
people
about
who are
you."
here this year. And they showed Jim Carrey, and they were like, not nominated for anything this year, but we're sure he will be next year for Sonic the Hedgehog. And everybody laughed like, haha, Jim Carrey and Sonic the Hedgehog. It was his biggest opening ever. He didn't get nominated, that's true.
I was,
But made lots of money, came back for the sequel, talked about how he loved doing it. It was a great time. Like, Hollywood, man. Crapping on people for
You're
their
just
love of
upset-
Sonic
oh,
the Hedgehog.
Because the joke was like Sonic can't possibly be a good movie. That
Yes.
was like the joke.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
the first one was a hit, and the second one was even bigger. So,
That's what
Meow.
Billy Eichner complained about, like when his new movie didn't
when Bros
kind of
bombed.
didn't do good at the box office. He was like, they made 2 of those Sonic movies, but
Well, Billy,
I mean, I can understand he's upset.
Billy, they made many more than 2 Sonic games. So 2 movies is actually low for Sonic
Yeah, how
appearances.
many
But
seasons of
hi,
Billy on the Street?
Kotori.
Although it's not a Billy on the Street movie.
yes. Listen, I'm all about the
was
movie
less about
Bros. I would want to see the movie Bros, but I'm not going to go to the movie theater to see it. Especially during these times, the only thing that's not true. I'll go to the movies, but it's got to be something I really, really want to see or something somebody else really wants to see. So I'm going for Marvel stuff.
Well, that's
We
the
went and
thing.
saw
Like, I don't
that
think a lot of
weirdo movie.
people go to the theater to watch comedies anymore.
Yeah,
Quite
it's
a
very
few
true.
movies other than Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say maybe 4 since before COVID I've seen. We saw Men,
What are we gonna do without men?
saw Batman.
Wait, so there's a movie called
Without
Men and a
the
movie called
Batman.
Boys or
A
Bros.
movie called
sorry.
Oh, we saw
Bros, Batman.
what's his face? We saw Nope.
Very masculine. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't realize you had seen Nope.
That's all so that's 3, and I said 4. I'm sure there's one more I went to the theater. I don't know. It's Marvel mostly. Did we go to the theater for anything else, Monbray?
Doctor Strange.
That's Marvel.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Wasn't that-
Oh, that's
Oh,
Marvel
that's
too.
Marvel.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's Marvel. That's Marvel.
It's all Marvel, or it's all Disney, I should say.
Yes. I can't think of the
Yeah.
ones I mentioned. More importantly, that's a segue into something else we could talk about. I read through Deadline yesterday, and I believe Hollywood Reporter that they are working on a WandaVision spinoff to tell us what happened with Vision, White Vision.
Well,
And the
no.
that-
working title
I thought
is
he would-
Into Wanda,
So wait, it's a
Vision
spin-off of
Wanda.
a spin-off?
yes. Or as they would
Oh, is it
say
Vision
in
Vision?
comic books, it's a comic book.
Vision.
That's the name of it. Vision. Yeah.
Wanda.
Now,
Wanda?
hopefully you get this one because last time with WandaVision, you didn't get it.
Hypervision.
Well, now
This
I'm
is the
thinking-
working title is, and this is true, Vision Quest.
Oh,
Do you get it?
Like
Because
a
Vision
sequel to
Quest is a
Galaxy
thing,
Quest?
but it also stars
Yeah.
Vision.
right.
Okay.
You're gonna have to dumb it down a little.
And Alucard is
So-
Dracula spelled backwards.
So apparently, yes, and
What
it will tell us.
confuses me is they didn't have a plan to explain that before.
Well, they
I always thought
did.
he was just gonna come back at some point.
They
yeah,
did,
like
but it
maybe in a
was would
movie
it
where
be
she
in
was
a
like-
movie or would it be in its own show? And apparently, they have decided to go with a show. It's about the white version of Vision. That sounds horrible, but that's the only
we have
thing.
enough
You know,
white superheroes.
it's about him finding his humanity and who he was because now he's just like more robot Vision. So it's about him trying to find himself. So, hello, Solid Master Link. But that is Marvel. So, that
So what
does
is
not
he?
count.
Does he enroll in like high school? to just explore like himself.
I haven't
and-
seen it yet because it's not shot, but
He goes
maybe
to college.
Yeah.
it'll be like Steve Buscemi in that one thing. Hello, fellow kids, or
Kids,
whatever he
yeah.
says.
Like
Yeah,
rooms with Jeremy Piven or something.
Jermis Irons.
as like the one college he's never graduated.
Like the
just keeps going,
PCU
yeah.
character.
Well, anybody got something else they want to talk about? Or I could go into the list of the stuff I had. We were going really good there for a bit for pre-show talk. We had a lot of good
no,
discussion.
Not
No,
for this place, I don't think.
you want to talk about that new Pizza Hut thing?
Don't know. I can't talk about it. It's too far away.
It's so
So
far
far
away.
away. It's so
Thank
far
you.
away.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about freaking semantics. The
Oh
difference
my
between
God! Yes.
so
No. No.
and
No. No. No.
to.
No. No.
Oh.
So far away is too far away is more definitive than
But when
so
it said,
far away.
it's so far away. It makes it sound like I don't want to go because it's so far away.
Well, that's exactly
But-
what it sounds like. It
but-
sounds like he's putting it. He's
Well,
putting it on himself.
But
rather
I
than
would
anyone
say that
else.
it's too far away implies I'm
We're
not
not
doing
doing
it.
it.
It's so far away is
I don't want to do it.
it's
No, it's
that's
more like-
prohibitive.
Yeah.
Or it may factor into my decision more.
Now, for Pizza Hut, for me, it's never too far away. But for other people, I will say it's so far away because I feel bad
So
for
you
other
were
people.
feeling for other people.
Yes.
Mm.
As we all do when we eat pizza, and we all feel for each other because we're dying.
We all feel for
collective
the
death.
butt wipes.
Yes, Nintendo brought something to my attention, which is something he brought to my attention earlier this week. New food debate for the podcast.
When you sent it to me and said, "Have you seen this?" I realized I had not even registered his apple nachos.
But the nacho part, I was like, okay, this is giving me some vapors because it means like, is anything a nacho? This is sliced apples on a plate with caramel drizz, chocolate chips, and what was
It
the
looked like either a white chocolate drizz or a marshmallow fluff drizz.
Why do
oh
you
call
say
shit, are you
drizz?
calling Matthew right now?
Yeah, I got to.
I
That's
think this
gross,
might be a
right?
very
It's late.
So they were talking
Drizz.
about apple nachos, which are apple slices with caramel drizzed on them.
I've never heard anyone call it that before.
He said new food debate. Oh, I'm so sorry. New food debate for the podcast, and I said,
think
well,
we're all-
personally, I think no.
I think we're all
not calling-
anti-Drizz.
We're not calling things.
I don't mean to speak for the
nachos.
group, but
Like just slices of things and with stuff on top of them. We're
No.
not calling.
I mean,
that
you call
nachos.
cereal nachos if you wanted
No,
to.
cereal
Like,
is
You don't do slices of cereal.
well, I mean, but it's like
No,
slice.
no, that's wrong.
Okay.
We're talking about slices of things. You need like I don't know, say name things you slice.
Ham.
Bread, ham with caramel on it, right? People do that.
Wow, stay out of the kitchen, man. What the?
No, but
heck?
here's the thing.
Don't-
Apple
honey
you're
glazed
saying,
ham.
You're saying apple slices, but what
caramel
about-
glazed ham.
Apple chips.
Ugh.
all sweet crap.
now we're talking.
Yeah, Nikki Hill's got a point.
What is it?
You can get apple chips. Now you got apple.
Yeah, as
nachos.
long
Just
as you
sliced
take
dry
the
It's a
apples.
dessert
yes.
nacho,
If you're-
and it's actually a brilliant idea.
If you're taking a chip form, I'll at least allow the argument. But if you're just slicing an apple, no,
But
that's not apple.
apple,
nachos.
apple chips with a nacho drizz.
Aren't nachos though like a whole thing? Like it's not like
It's a composed dish.
Yeah, you wouldn't call a tortilla chip a nacho, I think. is what
right.
you're
That's
saying,
like
right?
so like nacho implies like all of the parts
Nacho
together.
implies the cheese.
Like and there's just certain things that it has to have to be nachos as opposed to like a sandwich is
Yeah.
a generic.
But I think I've had like, oh, I don't know what they called it. Something with like tuna on it, and it was like nacho because they had like chips or something. And instead of the meat, it was like sushi,
Like a
meat
fish
or
taco,
something
kind of
like
a-
that. But yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
What are those hats called? Mom Brain, you know that. Those hats that
I
African Americans wear
Well, I don't
traditionally.
Wait, is that what you're laughing at?
Yes, that picture is amazing. I just saw it. Blood Ocean Hello says, I would call a single chip with cheese and maybe jalapenos a single nacho. True, right?
Well, it's
I
a
guess you.
meal, right? It's a
I guess
meat.
if somebody was like, "Give me that nacho," I might be like,
Is meat not?
I know what you
considered
mean,
An important
but-
part of the nacho.
Is a
I
taco?
don't eat nachos. You tell me.
Is a taco considered a
guess you can get-
sandwich?
You can get nachos at a movie theater, and it's just cheese.
Yeah,
huh?
they're not giving.
Or at a
Listen.
sporting event.
Movie theater meat is not something that I want. I mean,
Movie
I guess
theater
movie
meat.
theaters serve burgers and stuff, the
MTM.
fancier
The
ones.
meat
but
at movie theaters is
a kufi says.
Just,
I was
Lincoln.
just about to say that.
just boxed candies of sorts that have been stuck in people's masks.
Yes,
Ew.
that's right. You speak from experience. All right. Well, movie theater meat. That's right, Blood Ocean. Some movie theaters sell hot dogs and hamburgers if they're extra fancy. I
Chicken
guess it's more
nuggets.
often nowadays. Yeah, chicken nuggets. Listen, if I'm going to a movie theater, popcorn or candy, I'm not going to crap on somebody for getting movie theater meat.
I
but
could do like a
I
soft
don't
pretzel
feel like
bite.
it's not
You know,
Sounds
soft
so
pretzels.
funny.
I think
pretzel
are
bite.
okay.
Yeah, any like meat thing.
Actually, you
no.
can get nachos at a movie theater.
That's
like,
what we said.
but
Oh, yeah.
it's just the cheese sauce with
Yeah.
like tortilla
Yeah.
chips.
Do you think if
Which
you went?
honestly is probably like kind of the best way because every chip gets cheese.
Yeah.
Whereas you get a stack and then the bottom is just chips.
Do you think
soggy
if you went
chips
to a
like
movie
that.
theater and said, "I don't want nacho cheese, I want the butter sauce from popcorn," they would do that?
You can get the butter sauce by itself.
Not at every movie theater. You can't do the pump on
our-
your own.
at
I don't
At
see
ours,
why.
you can. Yes.
When I go, I get
Yeah.
a cherry cola, and I ask for them to leave room for the butter.
Oh no!
It's keto. It's keto.
Oh, okay.
Well, and that takes us to 20 minutes. Mom Brain, can we go to the news, please? I didn't mention any of the things I was gonna. Oh, I gotta mention this. Don't say it. Somebody emailed me asking me if they could have the rights to the Mario movie.
Wait, what?
Why are they
Clearly
asking
thought
you?
I was official Nintendo,
Oh,
and they're like, for
no.
distribution in my country, can I have the movie rights to the Mario
give it to
movie?
them?
So it said
Of course.
yes, right?
I haven't answered them yet, but I'm mulling it over. I don't remember what country, which would probably make this
Ooh,
funnier.
here comes
but-
another one of our kinds of conundrums. Anastasia Beaverhausen says, if I'm dating someone who works at a movie theater, are their genitals considered movie theater meat?
Yes, but only when they are in the theater. So if you, listen.
But then is-
Yeah,
that
so when
doesn't
you-
work.
And are all genitals in a movie theater
if you
movie
go and
theater
buy
meat?
popcorn and walk out of there, it's still movie theater
Yes.
popcorn.
Yeah, well,
Mm, he
when
has
you
a
do
point.
when you do the popcorn bit,
So-
Popcorn from the movie theater.
is it considered popcorn and movie theater meat? You know, when you
You
cut,
know,
cut the hole in the bottom.
We started off not having things to talk about before news, and now we have too much to talk
So
about.
your partner, so it is movie theater meat until they retire.
I guess, but then is it just seasoned movie theater meat? Because
It's
most
movie
of their
theater
life,
jerky. It's just old
most of
movie
their
theater
life, it's
meat.
been there.
It's
Yes.
jerky. Yeah, it's
Ew.
jerky.
Listen, I would
like-
take that kind of movie theater meat over actual hot dogs and hamburgers at the movie theater, but only with someone who is consensual and like their body being referred to as movie theater meat, which is not likely. So
I'm tired of being treated like a piece of movie theater meat.
think about
This
hearing that.
relationship is over.
Think about hearing that outside of this conversation, you would probably be extremely offended.
You're like at
Confused,
dinner,
but very offended.
you're like, and you walk past a table, and all you hear is, "I'm just tired of being treated like a piece of movie theater meat."
Because that's worse than meat. Somebody be like, I can't even be regular meat. I gotta be movie theater meat.
What's worse, movie theater meat or Taco Bell meat?
Well, Taco Bell meat. I don't know. Neither of them are real meat, I'm guessing.
Well,
Right?
I
guess
I think it
I'm
is
going with
real
Taco
meat,
Bell.
but there's a lot of seasoning. involved.
Taco Bell is better
Taco
because
Bell
Taco Bell
apparently-
does food first. Movie theaters do movies first and then
When-
got into food.
When did Taco Bell move into movies recently? What are you talking about?
No, she
just
asked
saying-
which one was worse.
Well,
Uh,
so
Not
I think
yet.
I saw on a TikTok or something. Taco Bell's meat is like dehydrated, so they
Oh.
add water to it.
Water.
So it's just
Water.
like a powder. At
I would like
first.
to offer the table
Oh my god.
the decision between Taco Bell meat and truck stop meat.
I don't think I've ever
Like
What
truck-
the hell
like-
is truck stop?
like
Gotten
meat?
truck
meat from
stop
a truck
diner,
stop.
like the TNA.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm going with Taco Bell. Listen,
Yeah, Taco Bell.
any food chain,
I would-
regardless of how unhealthy the food is for you, you can trust it somewhat because it's a chain. Like there's a process of things there that happen with a truck stop, whatever. That's a one-off. You don't know what's going on unless it's like a chain of truck stop
I mean,
restaurants.
The TNA is a chain.
Well,
I've-
yeah.
I've definitely
So
gotten
then it's negligible.
meat from the TNA before.
Yeah,
See?
and he's
I think,
alive
they
to
were
tell
like,
the
I
tale.
think it was like sausage links or something.
you go.
I was
Ooh,
probably having
definitely.
breakfast.
What was his name?
Oh, Link. All right, let's
Sausage
go.
Link.
There's a very George-like
I know,
picture
right?
of Kyle McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
It's Dougie.
Of Dougie, yeah.
All right, now, oh my God. Now I will go into news. Time for the news. I don't remember. Now it's time for the news. Here, it's time for the news. Now it's time for the news. Oh, that's some nice tweagles
that
in
was
there.
great.
Wow. You're really kicking it up a notch. This week, albeit a very busy one, did not have too many top stories, but of course, we start off with our huge topic of discussion from last week, Helena Taylor, the voice actor, the
Helena
former voice actor for Bayonetta. By the way, there's a video out there that compares Helena Taylor's Bayonetta to Jennifer Hale's Bayonetta, and Jennifer Hale sounds very, very much like Helena Taylor. Very close. There's some scenes where I could not tell the difference. So she was clearly just trying to not rock the boat and go with a voice that sounded like the old Bayonetta. So there you go. That's what you got. Maybe more room for expression down the line, but for now, we got to sound alike. But anyway, this week brought us two big updates on the Helena Taylor situation. If you are not aware of what we're talking, Nikki Hill, are you aware of what we're talking about?
Not really, but I will say it almost her name sounds like a WWE pay-per-view.
I know, that's why Hell in a Cell. That's what I said last time. I'll try and make this long story very short. This woman used to voice Bayonetta.
And they didn't offer enough
He's telling
money.
you the story.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just trying to fill in the gaps.
Go. You tell me the story, and then I'll tell you.
All I got from it, I mean, there's more to it. I'm sure. Maybe you can tell me. But
nothing that you know.
They didn't give her. They didn't offer her money that she was happy with, so she turned it down. And now she's saying boycott the game because it's a different voice actor.
Yeah, I mean, boycott the game, different voice actor. Also, because I don't have
about what her offer was at first.
So when the story first came out, most people were like, Helena Taylor, we're with you. That's bad. Then as the week went on, everybody's like, oh, wait, there's some wrinkles here that you didn't say. And then it leads us, as the week went on, it was very clear, like, oh boy, this is more like we're with Platinum than we're with Helena. But anyway, there's a Bloomberg report that came out that stated they talked to sources familiar with what was going on, and they stated that she was actually offered between $15,000 to $20,000, which would be the industry standard. They also, when she turned that down, said, we will give you a one-time $4,000 fee for a cameo appearance. She turned that down. So Platinum did everything they were supposed to, just she felt she was worth more money, so she didn't take the job. And then this, for lack of a better term, smear campaign came out from Helena towards Helena.
Them.
Yeah.
She is the smearer.
So the Bloomberg, Bloomberg came out with the report, and then Helena Taylor responded to the report this week. And basically she was like, because people were like, what, this Bloomberg report came out and it makes it seem like you're lying. And she was like, oh, well, so basically, she responded to the report saying the initial offer was $10,000, which is not what she said. She said the initial offer was $4,000. Then she said the number was pushed to $15,000
to do the work.
Yeah, which is what Platinum said. So, in other words, she didn't tell the truth from the beginning, and the Bloomberg report was correct. And she said she talked to Hideki Kamiya, which is true, which is why I guess the offer went up to 15. I don't know. But there's a huge contradiction here, or a whole bunch of contradictions from Helena Taylor's statements as to what happened.
Is she related to Tim the Tool Man?
No, I don't think so. Then she also, Bloomberg also said that she asked for, she countered with a request for 6 figures, so at least $100,000. Now, Bloomberg never said a specific number. They said 6 figures is what she requested.
Could include after the decimal.
That's true.
And residuals, right?
Yes, and apparently she requested residuals and whatever. But she never, or Bloomberg's report never said a dollar amount. It just said 6 figures. Taylor came out and said, this is a quote, I am a team player. I was just asking for a fair living wage in line with the value that I bring to this game. End quote. She also said she never asked for $250,000. No one said you asked for $250,000. Somebody said 6 figures. So does that mean she's like, I asked for 150,000? Like, it's a weird thing to say. I mean, like, they said in the ballpark this much, and she goes, I never asked for 250,000. So, all right, maybe less than that, but still 6 figures. So
249,000.
Yeah, right.
99 cents.
So I'm gonna read her statement in full just to make sure we don't mince words here, because it seems like that's what happened with Platinum. So, quote, full quote, everybody. Helena Taylor. It has come to my attention that people are calling me a liar and gold digger. I feel the need to defend myself and my reputation in this industry. As I posted on part 3 of my video thread, I explained that the first offer was too low. That offer was $10,000 total. Remember, this is a $450 million franchise, not counting merchandise. I then wrote in Japanese to Hideki Kamiya. I mean, why you gotta say that? Okay, great. You wrote in Japanese. Very good.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Asking for what I was worth. I thought that as a creative, he would understand. He replied saying how I shouldn't put emphasis on stuff. I'm sorry. He replied saying how much he valued my contribution to the game and how much the fans wanted me to voice the game, and then offered an extra $5,000. So I declined to voice the game. I then heard nothing from them for 11 months. They offered me a flat fee to voice some lines for $4,000. Any other lies, such as $4,000 for 5 sessions, are total fabrication. Never mind.
She's the one that said that.
She's the one that started the $4,000 thing. There were not extensive negotiations. I've also been informed of ridiculous fictions, such as I asked for $250,000. Who sent this to you?
Jesus.
I am a team player. I was just asking for a fair living wage in line with the value that I bring to this game. I was paid a shockingly low total of £3,000 total for the first game, a little more for the second. Why say the amount for the first game and not the amount for the second? I wanted to voice her. I've drummed up interest in this game since I started on Twitter in 2011. End quote.
I mean, when you're comparing, like, I don't know what other people in the industry make. One.
Well,
we talked about that last week. Yeah, another voice actor.
Know it all, baby.
Made comments on all that stuff, and the comment was liked by Jennifer Hale, the current voice actor for Bayonetta, and the $15,000 to $20,000 rate for the session she was asked to do was exactly in line with what they get. And we were saying, as far as an industry standard, that's low, and we would like voice actors to get more money. But as far as Platinum doing anything under, shady, they weren't.
And
so
if like, that doesn't sound like negotiations. Even if it was $115,000, to be like, add $100,000 to that, and I'll do it. Like, like that doesn't sound like
Sure, why not?
a negotiation. Like, that just sounds outrageous.
yeah, you're on fire today, Mombre. Yeah, I agree. Right, you can't say
we don't know the whole
for
story
Platinum
for real, but like
for Platinum to be like $15,000 to $20,000, and she goes, "How about $100,000?" Then Platinum's got to be like, "Clearly, we're not going to see eye to eye on this." So
there's
no middle
really
ground here.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, for me, look, far be it for me to get involved in someone else's financial situation. So for me, it's not really about like the numbers.
Numbers.
It's about the way it's been handled.
Handled.
Right? Like, you can ask for whatever you want. Like, that's far be it
That's
for
what we
me.
were stressing last week.
It's the way that
You can ask
she
for
chose
whatever
to
you
handle
want
it.
and fight for what you think you're worth. That's fine and great,
and
but you have to expect that you might lose your offer on
Could
that.
have came out at least looking good, when she could have kept it all under wraps, gave the offer, was rejected, whatever. And then when people inevitably ask her why she's not doing it, she could have like classily just said, well, I thought I was worth more. We didn't see it that way. And I wish them all the best.
Yes.
And then she looks awesome. And then anyone's like, wow, what a class act. And then people are like, oh man, like they must have done her dirty because like she's our favorite voice actress.
Well,
for
that's
this
what
role.
somebody was saying, or a lot of people were saying. This is a sad situation because the whole debate could have been about voice actors should be paid more money, and it could have been a movement towards that. But now the thing is, this lady seems like she's a little out there. Like the conversation is like the conversation has gone in a direction that doesn't help voice actors in general. It just makes
So,
a
like,
mess.
It looks like kind of video games are pretty much where her voice acting focuses on.
Don't worry, she's going back to the theater, she said.
But like, she did a Bayonetta film, and I'm just wondering if, like, yeah, in movies, I feel like the rates jump significantly from one film to the sequel. I don't know if that really happens that much in games, or those jumps aren't as significant in
Well,
games.
you can get replaced easier as a voice actor than as a physical actor,
Yeah.
clearly.
But like, I think it's fair to ask for a pay increase from one stage to another,
Sure.
especially when there was multiple things. I guess Bayonetta was in Smash Brothers or something too, and she did the voice for that, according to this. So like, all those things build up on top of each other, and your value increases. But it also is within reason.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's nothing. Yeah, money going up with each installment, totally fine.
If I work on a TV show and then the next season, not being one of the lead stars or something like that.
Not yet.
She's a lead star in this, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But like, TV and film, I think, is just handled differently than games and stuff.
Yeah,
I think
there's plenty of people who are trying to get that stuff more in line, movies, TVs, and games together, because there's a lot of work in games for voice actors, so they're looking for better treatment, which is great. But all we know for sure is she got paid more with each mainline installment of Bayonetta. So that's all we know. But anyway, that's not where the story ends, because later this week, on launch day, Helena Taylor once again took to Twitter to tell people to boycott the game, and she caused herself another shovel storm on Twitter. Thank you. Listen, this one's a bit of a sensitive subject, but you'll see why it caused a firestorm on Twitter. Here's what she said. Quote, my post... quote, my posts have hit a nerve with people. Low pay resonates not just in the gaming industry, but in the wider world beyond, all over the planet. To donate your boycott money, there are many small local charities that need your help. Food banks, homeless charities, children's charities, animal charities. Alternately, buy homeless people coffees, or bake and buy a cake for a lonely elderly neighbor. I'll take a cake. Buy a bunch of flowers and give one to people who look sad on the street without saying a word. We must care for people. So many ideas once you start. Here are the 14 charities that I donated 100% of my video game conference autograph signing fees to. Awkward statement, but anyway, she listed her charities, and of course,
I thought you were about to list them all.
I could tell you. No, it's like stuff for animals. There's a couple religious things in there, and then there was one that got people very upset because it was Billboards for Life, which is an anti-abortion organization. So people were like, "Ay, ay." Listen, we're not here to tell you whether we're not here to get into the abortion debate or any of that. Just saying, obviously, everyone here at the table, we can all agree that abortion is a hotly debated topic, especially in today's climate. So when people saw that she was listing that among her donations, they were like, "Oh no!"
So
and then they went and bought 2 copies of
Bayonetta.
I can't tell you how many replies to her tweet were saying things like that.
I bet.
Look, I'm not smart enough or educated enough to know the ties between like Bayonetta and like the religious side of it, because there's definitely
There
like,
are
it
religious
ties in,
elements, yeah.
and there's a lot of it, and it doesn't really come off like is she very religious to be in a game that deals with the main? She's playing a witch, like.
Well, her 4th video when she first did all this stuff certainly makes it seem like she's very religious. So, because the 4th video was nothing but religious talk.
Then this isn't the game for her to be working on anyway. Like,
well,
no.
Listen, that's for her to decide if she if she can act and put her personal beliefs away when dealing with the religious overtones of Bayonetta, or maybe she didn't feel there was anything in there that offended her. Whatever. Maybe she was being a professional. She's like, listen, I feel this way about religious topics. I don't know that there's anything offensive about religion in Bayonetta, but there's certainly religious overtones to the whole thing. But
the idea of witchcraft
undertones and
stuff
overtones.
like that
Yeah, I
is
mean,
a
they
very
went nuts
taboo
on Harry Potter.
topic,
What are we
like-
supposed to like? Come on.
So yes, as you can see, people got riled up about that, and that is all we will say about that. But this whole situation has very much turned around for Mrs. Taylor, as in people were siding with her, and now people want nothing to do with her. Yes, Mom Brain.
I
Hold it together, please.
I'm not gonna go there, any of those places. But I will say that I think that, like, can we just be done with it? Like, she dug her grave, leave her there.
Yeah,
like,
she keeps digging her grave.
you know,
apparently.
like, and I think like it worries
Until-
me that she's gonna continue keeping herself like socially relevant by like continuing to.
Are you
fan
asking me to stop
flames and,
just like
reporting on her?
Kanye West.
No, but the other thing for me is like, I don't, like you said, like she could have taken the platform and used it to advocate for better pay for voice actors. I think that she could have also used it to advocate for better pay for women. There's like plenty of other ways she could have gone, but she chose to go in a direction that is not, that seems very self-serving. And I think we expect people who are like celebrities or have celebrity status, we expect them to like be giving and like not self-serving, but really like everyone's self-serving. So like, can we just put her on the shelf
It just
and be
doesn't
done
make
with
sense
it?
to
Oh,
me.
that's
Like,
your decision.
here's
There's
the
no
thing.
group collective. It's just
If it was in a like, if I was to negotiate something and I was not given what I was asked for and I walked away from it, I don't think I would just be going back and being like, boycott it,
yeah.
F them, because she still made the decision to walk away. They didn't work with her for months and then go, guess what? You're out. We're not paying you.
Yeah.
It was, hey, this is what we're offering you. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yes, you're
think
done
that's-
with it. You can hold your opinions, but to keep pushing for to keep stirring a pot. Let's
Well,
just
yeah,
say.
it's sort of like doing something nice and then being like, "Hey, everyone!" Posting it on Facebook and being like, "I did something really nice. Did everyone see the nice thing I did?" And expecting like accolades.
I mean, it's tough. The problem is there's a very small kernel in there where everybody agreed with, and then it just fell apart because of all the things she did afterwards. But I want to make it clear we're all for voice actors or actors let's stick with voice actors getting higher pay for what they do, because voice actors, I think, have a very difficult job and they deserve to be paid.
They should be getting a living wage.
a living wage.
I mean, I think everybody who's working should get a living wage.
Oh yeah.
Well, like, what
Yeah,
is
you
a
would-
living
in
wage?
a perfect
Like,
world, of
how many
course.
sessions or how much time is that? And she's still open to continue working for a living wage in other jobs and stuff like that.
Well, like I
I
said,
don't wanna
she said she's
I
going
don't know
back
the
to
rank
theater.
scale, but
Well, yeah, it's just a whole mess altogether. But and now the game's out.
I think it's important to know your worth, especially when you work out like in a field that's like, gig, whatever, and like you work job to job and stuff like that, and you're a performer or you're an artist. I think that is important to know your worth, but it's also important to not overshoot that into something that's unreal. Like, your worth is still within those parameters of
Know your worth, that's fine. But then when you go
You're
to
on the
bat for
scale.
yourself, and if
know
it falls
your worth,
apart,
but like
that's it.
Whatever job you're working in, your worth is in a scale. It's within.
Yeah.
You don't just overshoot it by some ridiculous amount
Yeah.
and then wag your finger at the company that is still working within those parameters.
Yeah.
Also, you have to understand that if you're working for like an industry or like a corporation, anywhere really, you're replaceable. There's really no one
Well,
who's not replaceable.
as Dew said, it's even more so with voice actors
Yeah.
than a on-screen presence, because you're
And,
just
like,
being heard and not seen.
I try to make sure I like fully acknowledge that, like, and that works both ways for me, right? Like if I were to like not show up to work tomorrow, they'd replace me. So okay, maybe I need to take a day off because does anybody really care if I'm showing up or not? And
Well, that brings me to an important point. I am replacing all of you on the podcast. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We deserve it.
Hey, everybody listening, boycott GoNintendo.
That's right. All right. First comment comes from Currybo. It says, I'm inclined to believe the total fabrications, considering Taylor started off by misleading and misrepresenting the story from day one. That's the problem right there. It certainly seems like right out of the gate, she was trying to get sympathy and tried to steer the narrative, control the narrative
It was a
in
sympathy trap.
her direction. So
Well,
that's
she
it.
got me good. I mean, I texted you immediately that day and was going off on platinum, and then we had a really great conversation.
We did.
And then I understood why I shouldn't have gone off on platinum.
Well, all that matters is, you didn't make your decision day one and be like, this is what it is. You actually followed along with the story and talked about it
Yeah.
and evolved your point of your viewpoint, which is something a lot of people don't do. You take in the information, you research what's going on, you talk to people about it, and your opinion ebbs and flows with what's happening. So yeah, people
You're
that
supposed to get the information, get the right information, all the information,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
double down on your initial thoughts.
I have something that it's related to what we're talking about. It's about what's his face on the H3 podcast, audio.
Oh, Jimmy Lee.
It's about Jimmy Lee. It popped up on my TikTok yesterday. It's unbelievable, and I can't wait to show it to you. But
By the way,
please
he's in,
remind me.
excited.
he's in
I'm excited.
Reservation Dogs.
Jimmy Lee.
No way.
Yeah, he's great.
You're kidding.
The
Jersey Outlaw?
No, this is some bad joke.
No. Okay, the other. Who's the other guy?
Who is the other guy? We don't know what the hell
Tommy
you're talking
Lee?
about.
No,
Billy Lee.
Johnny, the Tiger Lily podcast guy.
Oh,
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. Okay,
Well,
good
Bobby
enough.
Lee is on Reservation Dogs.
I
That
saw
makes
that
more
he was in
sense.
it. Yes,
That
I
makes
saw
more
that he was
sense.
in it.
Wait,
So
is-
is-
Jimmy Lee.
Yeah,
is he-
right.
He would just be
is he like a
racist
comedian?
jokes.
Yeah, I
Or is
know.
this-
he's-
Not the show for racist jokes
Okay.
either. All
Sorry.
right.
Wow, way off.
Moving on, we got our next Switch Online free game trial. So for Switch Online members out there, if you are a Switch Online member, our family membership just got renewed.
That's why I got that message.
I got a charge in my email, and I was like, "Oh, what's this for?" Listen. Whenever I open email and it says I got a charge for something, I always get nervous. I'm like, so I got hacked, something happened, but it was the yearly
It's been a year already, huh?
yeah, the yearly
been a good
renewal
year.
of the family plan.
In a year, how much have I haven't logged in once.
It's free.
Whoops.
I'm sure.
I played Earthbound. That's all I needed. It was
But you
worth
played
the
it
year.
here too.
There you
right?
go. Oh, he did play
I
it.
did,
Oh no,
but-
he played it at home too.
Yeah, I played it both.
So
At home, I can play it new.
if you have the Switch Online free trial, or if you have Switch Online, you can do that here. If you have Switch Online, you still have some days to get in on this. Started the 26th, that goes until November 1st. Your free Switch Online game right now is Obacadoro or Obacadoro.
Oh, yeah.
It is they're doing this because it fits in with the Halloween theme. You can play the game in its entirety for free right now. And it is a multiplayer, I'll just tell you the official definition or description. Obacadoro is a thrilling, heart-pounding struggle. Humans have 3 minutes to work together to get away from the monster. Playing as the monster, you'll have to utilize your skills to catch the humans. Play Bogey Run online or offline with up to 4 players. So basically, it's an asymmetric horror game, much like Friday the 13th or something, or Dead by Daylight, except it's more cutesy in its horror stylings, and it's smaller amount of players overall. But if you like those asymmetric horror games, you can go play this one for free. And if you do like it,
Metamorphosis.
your
Wait, why are they-
save data goes over to the main game too, so you can buy the main game if you'd
But
like,
you're
Why
done
are
in
they
3
called?
minutes.
Sorry. Why are they called asymmetric?
because it's one player against a whole bunch of other players.
Oh, okay.
In this
um,
case, one against.
I think
One against
Morrissey's
3.
asymmetric. Oh wait, no, that's not it.
Yes. Yes, you can get a. So
What is a man?
if you decide to buy the full game, you can do so and get a 50% off discount, and that lasts until November 13th. So play the trial today, tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday, and if you really like the game, you can buy the full game at a 50% discount until the 13th.
Congratulations.
So there you go.
If you like it.
So a nice pick for this time of the year. Perfect, actually.
Also,
Yes, award-winning game, by the way.
What Night in the Woods is a fallish game.
Is that on sale?
Probably not.
I don't believe so. I
It's
was looking at the sales.
Not
today.
exclusive to Switch Online members either. So just anybody. It is a fall game. Yes,
Great
it's got a
test.
fall feeling to
That
it.
was the thread I was pulling.
Yes.
Oh,
from,
okay.
yeah.
Fall, even though this is specifically Halloween themed, but
Even though I'm wrong,
Shillelagh.
all of it.
we can talk about fall games. Nintendo's going to be putting out lists, I'm sure, of games to
another
play in the fall
games,
all the time.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, yeah.
Nice.
Fallout.
No, you're supposed to now name a game that has guys in the title. That's how this game works.
Oh, okay.
I switched the whole rules of the game. It's a totally new game, but I just thought of that. Yeah,
Can I also say Fall Guys?
sure.
I can't think of another guy.
There was a sequel to Bad Dudes. It was called Bad Guys.
Oh, the New Day in WWE right now has new shirts, and they are a spoof of the Bad Dudes box art.
Oh,
It's
okay.
amazing, and it says like the New Day up top, but in the same Bad Dudes font and everything. They're really cool shirts.
I kind of love that.
There's
like,
gotta be-
that is a game that I would not think would be like mainstream popular or something.
But I've seen everything.
Xavier Woods is a big gamer. He's a big
So
gamer
somebody
guy.
takes
That's
his-
true. He is.
Their pants are Mortal Kombat related right now. And they have like fight button inputs on the legs of their pants, like for moves in fighting games. They
Do they
usually
finish do stuff or
they don't touch them, but
Well,
they
I mean,
do
yes.
do stuff.
Yeah, if you touch them,
They
they'll
do
do stuff.
They don't just like
They do
just
stuff.
sit there.
We
in
got
a
to talk
package?
about SmackDown
They'll do
on
stuff
the
if you
after
touch
show because it was just so good. Shillelagh says, this was announced a week ago for Europe, even though they're running for the same period in both regions. Yeah, I don't know why. It seems to be there's no rhyme or reason to how North America and Europe, when it comes to Nintendo, how they announce these Switch-free game trials. Usually you'll hear about Europe first, and I have to report it as just Europe because Nintendo of America doesn't say anything. But 9 times out of 10, North America will get the same deal, but not always. There are times when we both get different games as part of this Switch Online free trial offer. So I'm with you, Shillelagh. I don't get it either. Wow, look at this. What is this? An ad on the site that makes sense. Dead by Daylight free weekend. Get spooky with friends this Halloween. Play for free now until November 1st. There you go.
Oh, because it's video game related.
Yeah,
underestimate
that's why I read
the
it. I
power
was
of the
shocked.
Does
dark
that
side.
usually not happen with ads on the
Not
site?
when I'm on my, we're doing Google ads and it's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
get her for pillows that are shaped like butts.
there you go. Yeah, we could do this. Microsoft has once again shown interest in bringing Call of Duty, bro, to the Switch. Now, if you'll remember,
Time to get a Switch, Josh.
Josh is a
Call of
hardcore
Duty,
gamer.
bro.
He would never play Call of Duty on the Switch. He's probably PC only.
Oh, he's the
He's a
master
hardcore
race.
gamer, yeah.
You're
And he's a
a
hardcore
sweaty.
gamer.
That's right. If you'll remember, Microsoft is trying to acquire Activision Blizzard. That deal has not gone through yet because a whole bunch of people and companies were like,
AKA
I object.
Activision.
So they got to go through all these, discoveries and all this stuff, and everybody's got to get all these approvals in different countries and all that. So it's slowly. I don't want to say surely. It's slowly moving ahead, but we'll see if it actually happens. I would imagine Microsoft's going to put a buttload of money into making it happen. So they're in the process.
There's an appropriate ad for that too on my GoNintendo page. It's a Hummer electric, like the electric Hummer.
Mine's for
and
college.
Call of Duty 2 cross.
Oh,
Just college,
promotion.
like
It says reporting for Call of Duty.
my ad is for WGU, the University of U. Looking for a master's in IT, it pays off at WGU.
For $1.
The University of UG.
Is that the commercial
I
that
thought it was
makes
just
you
gonna be
cry?
like try college
Huh?
today.
Is that the commercial that makes you cry?
We don't need to talk about that. But anyway, if this deal goes forward, Call of Duty and everything else, Activision Blizzard will be officially a part of Microsoft, and Microsoft
make
will
us
be
tear up.
publishing them. So in the past, Microsoft has said, hey, we want Call of Duty on everything, just like
Bros.
Minecraft. We want it on Switch. Now, this time we heard from
I
Xbox
want Call of Duty
head
for all my bros.
Phil Spencer, and he says Call of Duty specifically will be available on PlayStation. I'd love to see it on Switch. I'd love to see the game playable on many different screens. Our intent is to treat Call of Duty like Minecraft. Yeah, because it's the world. Sony is having like a shovel fit over
Still,
this deal because they're so terrified of Microsoft getting Call of Duty. They're like, they can't take it. It's not fair. Well, it has to be, we have to have it forever, just like Microsoft. And at the same time, Sony's like, we're going to buy this company. We're going to buy that company. We're going to buy this IP because they're like, oh, those don't matter as much. So it's okay. You know, just Call of Duty is too unbelievable. We can't, because the system has never succeeded without Call of Duty. Right, Sony?
Wrong.
You stupid idiots. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Listen, I know the Sony player base is
Their
much
system-
more invested in Call of Duty, but I think it could survive without Call of Duty. You know, just like the game industry survived before Call of Duty was
Yeah, well,
around.
I mean,
So
look at all of their original IPs. That
God of
can
War,
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet.
Which they haven't really made any new.
They did. There was a PS5 launch.
Oh,
one.
was there?
Also
Sackboy?
on PS4, the Sackboy.
The
Yeah,
Sackboy.
Sackboy is like Grand Adventure or something. I played it. It
okay.
was good.
I didn't.
It's fun. I like all
I
those
didn't-
games.
I didn't know about it.
But they're not, you know,
But,
people aren't buying
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank. There you go. That's a good example.
Why not Sony buy?
Why not Sony
Why
buy?
not Sony
Why not
buy
Sony buy?
Dictionary? Why? How about Sony buys Capcom and get all the Resident Evil stuff? I mean,
I don't know if Sony has
Xbox
that
people aren't
level
really
of
buying
money
it.
to do that.
Money.
I heard Sony was trying to buy
first
just
you get the sugar,
the
then you get the money, then you get the power.
I heard Sony was trying to buy just the Japanese
And then you get the
division
winner.
of Square Enix because they want the RPGs. They want Final Fantasy and everything else Square Enix does RPG wise. But I don't know if that was purely rumor actually happening, but they were only doing that because they could not afford Square Enix as a whole. So, yeah, Square Enix doesn't have the money to, Sony doesn't have the money to throw around like Microsoft does. Microsoft can
I
just,
just wish
buy
that
whatever they
would-
want.
They would see kind of into the future that if they keep going this way, everybody's going to ruin everything. So,
Yeah.
Hey, here's an idea. How about instead of worrying about Microsoft buying Call of Duty, you put some money now into developing something to combat Call of Duty? Like, that seems like a good idea,
Killzone.
right? Because they already said
they did Killzone.
Microsoft has
Right.
already said that Sony's going to have Call of Duty until like it was like 2025 or 26.
Oh,
So you
no.
got years in there to work on something that
That's
could at least
six
counter Call of
versions
Duty.
it, right?
Only one a year. Only one. There was that time they took off a year, but yeah. So there's whatever. Maybe they are working on something to combat it. But anyway, doesn't matter because the Switch exists. It's the best-selling system, and it doesn't have any Call of Duty games. So you can make a system and survive
You
without Call of
stupid
Duty.
idiots.
But yes, it would be nice to see Call of Duty on
Yeah.
Switch because it certainly is a important franchise and a popular franchise, and it would be nice to have that as part of the system's ecosystem. The Call of
Eco,
Duty
I get
was
it.
on Wii, and Call of Duty was on Wii U, and it is pretty crazy to think that Call of Duty made it to the Wii U, but not to the Switch. But that's where we are, and it don't matter. Currybus says bringing Call of Duty to the Switch, but take it from PlayStation would be a move. That's true. Current Switch console just isn't capable for a competent port, anyways. In my opinion, I don't know. I think it could happen.
Wait, what's the name of the new Call of Duty?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That sounds like something that's been out for a million years.
I was gonna
and
say,
I
didn't
know
they already
that's
make
named
it
because I
too?
had to look it up so many times because I'm like, that can't be the newest one.
Yeah.
And it's not like a remaster of one that came out like on the Xbox 360 because I could have swore I was like that has to be a remaster. Like we've
No,
heard
they-
of that.
They went into
but we were wrong, I guess.
I think
I
the
just
last one
assumed they'd
before
been
this was
making.
Modern Warfare.
Announcing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the sequel to Call of Duty Modern Warfare in 2019. That one came out 2019. This one just came out.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Right?
I guess I haven't
Because
been
every
paying
time I looked up the
attention.
name, I was like, this one came out like 10 years ago, didn't it? But I
But
guess
they've
not.
been doing like patches and not patches, but like downloadable content.
They still
and
do
stuff.
a yearly Call of Duty. This is the new yearly Call of Duty, bro.
What were the other ones before Modern
Oh,
Warfare?
you know, Black Ops 2,
knows?
Vanguard.
Didn't they have,
Oh.
like,
What was the Kevin
Spacey in
Spacey one?
Oh
Isn't that
yeah.
funny? Like games like that. They used
Call
to
of Duty
have big-
canceled edition.
Wasn't there one with like Kit Harrington or something?
Oh, maybe there was.
Where they
I
were?
wanna
Was that the one where they were in space? I don't know. I haven't.
The space
Obviously,
one
I haven't been paying
almost
attention to this
bought,
franchise
and I
very
only wanted to buy
closely.
it because of the single
Is it-
player. I was
Are
like,
people not upset about that? It's Modern Warfare, but we're talking like future warfare. Like
is there a future too?
They're not in the games for
Oh,
real, but like
wait.
Modern Warfare. But these weapons, if
I
they're-
think there was a future
thought there
one.
was a
wasn't there?
future
Yeah.
one,
Was there
right?
a
Okay,
Future
you know what?
Warfare?
You know why I'm confused because of the
Infinite Warfare. That includes 2.
because the first Modern Warfare game is called Call of Duty 4 : Modern Warfare.
Oh.
So I was like, wait, wasn't there a Modern Warfare 4? But no. Okay.
So there was Call of Duty 4.
That's why I was
Call of
confused.
Duty. So there's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Which
then
I did-
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 now.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
Which I did play. I think that's like the only Call of
what is
Duty game
Modern-
I've played any part of. But that was from like 2007.
What about Modern Warfare 3? What is this?
Well, now you got to explain that to me because I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, this is just Wikipedia, so
Well, I'm on
Oh.
Wikipedia as well.
Not gonna lie, I'm sweating.
I've got
a little bit.
Wikipedia on my phone too.
so is it
But
Call
Kirby
of
knows
Duty-
how to read, so he
is
can
it
tell
Call
us
of Duty 4
what he's
Modern
looking at.
Warfare 2?
Oh my god, yeah, this is so confusing. Yeah, there's a Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty : Modern Warfare 3 from 2011.
no, really?
So yeah, I'm sorry.
What the heck?
The way that they like switch these
That's
numbers
why.
around in
Say
the
that
title
name
is
again.
like so confusing.
Say that
to
name
me.
again for me, please.
Sorry.
Hey, what happened?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
And this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Is this not a remake? It says the all new Call of Duty.
I don't know.
Can anyone in the chat help us here?
They're scrambling my brain.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know.
Chat. Zikomudo. No, it's not a remake. It's the same name, new game. Oh, they did that old thing. It's the same name, but
Oh,
a new game. So
like
like,
a reboot?
Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters.
Okay, or Halloween and Halloween.
Oh my god.
That doesn't confuse anything.
You know what they should do? They should name it New Call of Duty.
New Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Listen, that would at
3.
least be
No.
better.
New Call of Duty 2 Modern Warfare 3. Like
Joe Shabadoo's got it.
Oh,
Joe
man.
Shabadoo says, "Duty do be calling." That should be a subtitle for the next one.
He do be standing though.
He do be standing though.
That one's always posted on the flops.
This is nuts. Straight to the pooper. Nuts. Sorry, I was reading something and having a stroke at the same time. This is sus. Oh, here you go. Granimus has a suggestion. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Ooh.
That's good.
More modern.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like, this is what I was talking about with like games and remakes. We get
understand.
to the point where the names and the games are remade so many times that the originals disappear completely.
It finally happened to me just this past week. I was looking. My life is very simple. I was looking up a clip from Resident Evil 2 that was in my head. There was like a voice clip that I wanted to look up, and I typed it into Google and looked for it. And of course, the Resident Evil 2 remake is what pops up because it's just called Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
So then I had to put like Resident Evil 2 original or Resident Evil 2 PlayStation 1 or what? Yeah,
whatever.
exactly, the year. And then, but I was able to find it.
Oh, good.
Yep, I wanted to get a little bit of the sexism in the opening of the game, where the gunshot guy is like calling her all these like weird little pet names.
Nice way of saying
it's like
it. Nice way of saying
creepier
it,
than
yeah.
the zombies.
Yeah, right. He's the creepiest guy in the game. All right.
He's the real monster.
That was an interesting discussion. Thank you, everybody. All right, Mom Brain. Or I'm sorry. All right, Josh, can you throw us the commercial, please?
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Come on in, take a seat. What are you having? Well, of course I've heard of Hair of the Dogcast. That's the podcast that talks about video games and beer. For all of the latest gaming headlines, craft beer reviews, retro games, modern games, series retrospectives, console studies, and on occasion, extremely hungover discussions on the lore of Kingdom Hearts, make sure to check out Hair of the Dogcast, part of the HyperX Podcast Network.
Hello, my name's Jonathan Dunn, host of the O3C podcast. Every week I'm joined by my two best gaming buddies, Chris and Minty, and we talk about the games we're playing, the games we love, and how they rank alongside our sacrosanct top 100 favourite video games of all time lists. Deep dives into gaming mechanics, history and lore abound, all topped off with lashings of irreverent dry British wit, witterings and wisdom. For details on the show and more, head to o3c.games and tune in every Monday on the HyperX Podcast Network.
Big fan of that ad, do?
I like that one. I don't know why. And I like the nickname Minty too. I think that's so cool.
Oh,
party
don't
animal.
worry. What was that, Josh?
I'm a party animal.
Oh,
I'm the star of the show.
oh, all right. I mean,
What show is that, Josh?
wow.
My friend Minty is here.
Got him for you, George.
Hey guys, we're here to announce a special deal for all of our listeners. If you've had your eye on the pink variants of HyperX gear, you can save 15% off during the month of October. That's now. October's ending, everybody, so get in there. Just go to hyperx.com and use the code HXPN. All capital letters, please. HXPN. Get yourself an elegant white and pink Cloud 2 or a metallic pink Alloy Origins 60 or any of the other pink peripherals. That's right? On the site. Once again, head over to hyperx.com and get 15% off pink gaming products with the code HXPN in all capital letters. Remember, Tuesday's November? So do it before Tuesday. If you're listening to this Tuesday, you lost out. I'm sorry. All right. Get this wire out of here. There weren't too many top stories this week, so I know we're getting down to the end of it.
So
Very nice.
I can save this for later, but because it's not game related. But I had another.
But here I
A
go.
la carte epiphany. If you want to hear about it, but we can save it for later.
I'm sorry. You got. This is what it sounded like you said to me. Oh, a la carte and Pickney.
Sure.
A la carte epiphany is.
Oh, I want to hear it. Yes, perfect. Ease right back in after the ads.
So you know how baby corn is like a food, right?
Yes.
Mix it into food and stuff.
Yeah, I don't care for baby corn. I don't like the taste or the texture. But
Baby
please
corn
continue.
weirds me out too. I pick it out of like.
Yeah.
Well,
When I get Chinese food.
I like it.
Oh well.
But it never occurred to me that baby corn grows like regular corn, and you have to remove the husk. And all of a sudden, that seems like a lot.
Did
of
you
work.
think they just like stopped
Do you know
it in
that
the
for a
growing
fact?
process?
Well, it's the same with baby carrots as well.
Yeah,
that's why they get that. Apparently that's why they dry.
It's not a
out so
baby
fast,
carrot. It's a
'cause it
normal
doesn't have,
sized carrot. It's totally
like,
fine.
The outer part of the carrot that's supposed to keep the moisture
Well,
inside.
I think baby carrots are just regular carrots whittled down.
Yeah,
no?
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but baby corn is like baby corn. It's not fully
Baby
grown.
corn is baby corn. It's true.
I don't know, but
Look
Or
it
is it
up.
like a whole separate thing?
Perfect. I don't know.
What? I don't know. How else would it grow? There
Look it up.
Well, could it be like another?
Did they mutate it?
It's not really corn. Like it
Yeah.
could be like a different plant.
Maybe somebody
It's
tell us
a
the truth.
legume.
I guess we talk about food a lot on
Somebody
this
settle my
podcast,
mind.
but I am so hungry right now, and I feel like all
I'm
we've been doing
sorry,
is
I
talk
asked
about
you.
food.
I asked
Oh,
you to eat.
I could have
so-
saved you some popcorn.
so
Sean.
yes-
Okay, I did a
Yesterday-
quick Google
I'll be
search.
okay. Thanks, though.
If you want to go get a snack, go ahead.
No, I'm okay. I didn't mean to sound that
denvergardeners.wordpress.com. It's like the first thing that comes
Yes.
up.
Oh, look, there's both of them.
Baby corn found on appetizer plates and in stir fry recipes isn't a special variety of sweet corn. The tiny ears are the second ear from the top of the regular sweet corn that's been hand picked before the plant's been fertilized.
Giant Reggie says cornlets, please. Refer to them as cornlets.
Cornlets.
Yeah, why do they taste so different from regular corn?
Because they ain't
though?
done.
Oh,
According to Insider,
Because somebody at the cornlet factory does something to them you don't want to
I
know
don't
about.
know what the corn kid thinks of cornlets.
Probably hates
Ooh.
them.
yeah, according to Insider, baby corn is essentially the immature version of corn that farmers harvest when the emerging corn silks are 2 to 3 inches.
I'm picturing this as related
like
to the
some
band,
sloppy
and it's
clean
very
and
funny.
stuff.
with like corn with a K.
oh,
and like
corn with a K.
Yeah. Baby Corn has just come out with a new song.
Although there are specialty corn varieties bred especially
called
for
Baby
growing
Freak on a
baby
Leash.
corn that are made to grow more corn per
Our
corn per
Freak
stalk.
on a baby leash.
Our corn fans called cornlets.
Cornlets, that's right.
That's
Thanks for
right.
coming out, cornlets.
They're corners.
because I saw it as like included in
Hi, Fluffernutter.
on like a food show, and it was like little stalks like that, and I was just
Oh my
for some
God.
reason it blew my mind. It's like, wait, this doesn't just come in a can. You have to what, shuck it?
Highly and Tom says that they're actually corn abortions, so they're called corn abortions.
Oh,
I just got a tweet that
Cornices
came
instead
in.
of fetuses.
I want to read this. I only read half the title. Henry Cavill will step down from his role as Geralt following the end of season 3 of Netflix's The Witcher.
Netflix. Well, let's not
Have
read.
they made a
let's
season?
not read a real article and just keep it at the
There have
headline.
only been 2 seasons.
Ned
so there's-
Flinkies.
I guess there's going to be one more season.
Well, he
And
just
that's that.
spoiled it,
I thought the
apparently.
show was still doing really well for them. Would they continue? Here we go. Would they do another Witcher season without him as Geralt. Why would he step down? He loved that character in that role.
It
I
might
thought
be the
he did.
money again.
The
Might be another
money.
situation like that.
Maybe he's like, you know what? I do love this series, and this show's not very good. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's contractually obligated for a third season, and he's like, I'm out. Peace out.
Somewhat off
We're
topic.
just gonna make the show about Dandelion now.
Anastasia Beaverhausen was asking what we thought of Hellraiser.
I fell
no
asleep
good.
Towards the end, but
I was fine with it.
it's definitely not the worst Hellraiser sequel I've seen.
I've
Because
seen
at this point we've seen all.
I've seen all of them, and it's a new sequel. It was not the worst.
Yeah.
I'd put it middle of the road somewhere. I'd put it middle to high. Now, I want to say this is not great for the Hellraiser series because many of them are horrible. The first one is the best one.
I kind of like the second one.
I like
as well.
the second one. I'd put this one at.
I think both of them are still like pretty flawed. I have issues with them, but we don't have to get into that now.
Yeah, I'd put it at least in the middle of the pack. I
If you're
need to
going to ask
revisit
somebody
things, but
about horror movies, Kirby is the definitive expert at the
that's
table.
true. Yeah, it was.
We
it's
also
fine.
did watch Halloween Ends.
Right.
And I know, you didn't like it.
No,
I
really.
didn't dislike
I've been
it.
thinking about it. I think I would have liked it a lot more if it wasn't a Halloween sequel.
I could see that. Yeah.
When I'm again, same thing, looking back at all the Halloween movies, there's many that are bad. I liked this one better than the last one by a good amount.
I did not like the last one at all.
Yeah,
and there's
Halloween
many that I
Kills?
don't like. I just like the character.
Halloween?
So I liked this one. I'd give it a 5.5.
Okay.
So it was better than I had
There
such
were-
low expectations.
Yeah,
so,
well,
so.
that's yeah.
It was fine. I like some of the
Doesn't tell
ideas that
us
they
what
did. I
I
like some of
think.
the. Yes, Josh. What do you think of it? Josh,
I'm
are you
feeling so great. Thanks for asking.
about the movie? You're feeling so great.
Sure, whatever.
That
That was a really great story.
Oh, it was a really great story. Yeah. There are parts of the story that I like, Josh. I get it. I thought it was pretty cool, Josh.
I'm the star of the show.
Oh, okay. Let me try that again. I thought it was pretty cool, Josh.
You subverted my expectations.
Yes, I really did.
All right, John. You can see we're not playing together today.
Yeah, so that's what they say, Anastasia. I say neither one was good. I mean, both were worth a watch because I like those series and horror movies, but didn't really care for either of those.
Yeah.
I would say out of the recent stuff I've seen, Barbarian, X, and Black Phone are probably my top recent horror movies just for fun.
Barbarian was very fun.
Yeah.
It was. My cousin's kid told me it was going to be on HBO Max, so I watched it that night because I was like, let me just. I hadn't seen a trailer. I knew nothing of the movie at all. I just knew that it existed before that, so I was like, let me go in completely blind before things are ruined by social media. And I watched it, and it was fun. It's definitely one where I'd be like, you should watch it, and I'd want to watch people watch it because I'd be like, I don't want to spoil things, but it's a ride. Let's say that.
Yeah.
It's a ride.
It was unexpected, especially when you're not expecting anything. It's very unexpected.
I understand. I like it. I haven't seen X yet, but that is next on my list after hearing such praise from so many people.
I
all
also
right.
fell asleep watching X, but it wasn't because it was boring. I was just very tired.
I'm tired. North America this week's releases. What do we got this week? We're starting off with a huge game. Bayonetta 3 is now available. A Winding Path, Ace Angler Fishing Spirits, Alan Wake Remastered, which I hear they did a terrible job with. I have a review code. I haven't tried it yet. I'm working on other things. I will get to it at some point, but I'm not expecting much. I heard it's not a very good port.
How hard is it to port Alan Wake to a new system?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but we've seen great ports and we've seen not great ports.
What are some of the issues?
Visually bad, runs bad, lighting is bad.
Is that like the most important part?
Yeah, it's just
Perhaps.
it's not really remastered in any way. It's more like a demaster.
Disaster, am I
Alterity
right?
Experience.
Perhaps
Amazing
that
chicken.
was the most important
Amazing Chicken Adventures. Arcade Archives. Toki Densho Angel Eyes. Arkanoid Eternal Battle. I'm a big fan of Arkanoid. That's Alleyway, you might know it as, or Breakout if you're into any of those games. Asterix and Obelix, however you say that guy's name.
Obelisk, right?
Triple XL, the Ram from Hibernia. Yes, this is the comic series, a new game.
I'm not familiar.
Bones of Halloween. Brewmaster,
Scary
Beer Brewing Simulator. Buddy Simulator, 1984. Bite Cats, that's BYTE.
Oh.
Charon's Staircase, or Charon's Staircase. Coco Melon, Play with JJ. Construction Site Driver
Who's
2.
JJ?
Cubic Parking. Dardoa. Darius Burst CS Core plus Taito Sega Pack. Dire Vengeance. Escape
Dire Docs.
String. Factorio. That's another big game. Fantasy Blacksmith. H1 Jack. No idea what that is. Halloween Shooter. Harmony's Odyssey. Hatchwell.
Harmonies?
Harmony's Destiny. Like a person. Harmony's Destiny.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like Japanese harmonies.
Nope. See these boobies.
It's a harmonies.
Hidden Paws Mystery.
Pekinese.
Horse Club Adventures 2. Hazelwood Stories. And
Those clumps.
also Horsetails Emerald Valley Ranch. Get them both, guys. Hot Springs Story 2. Insomnis. Japanese escape games, The Forbidden Garden. Live by the Sword, Tactics. Lonesome Village. Metal Ninja. Midnight Remastered. Missile Command Recharged. Once Upon a Time on Halloween. Paradigm Paradox. Pixel Artist. Puzzle Book Furry Friends Bundle. Puzzle by Nikolai S. Akari. Or Nikolai. Rule number 1. Saturnalia, which I've heard very good things about. Saturnalia, check that out.
Yeah,
Also, a game I
dancing
played
naked
back
in the moonlight.
a game I played back on the PS3 and absolutely loved has been remastered for Switch.
Grimpin?
Shatter Remastered Deluxe. It is another alleyway style or breakout or Arkanoid style game, but with some unique
Bananoid.
twists. That's right. That comes out November 2nd, so you got to wait a couple more days. Signalis, which I'll be talking about in great detail later today. Silenced the House. Oh, Nikki Hill. Solitaire classic card game.
Boring.
Soft Star. Spin Frog. All aboard the Frog Copter. This is a game that's like another game. I don't know what the game is called. I don't remember, but it's a game where you have a stick and it spins and you have to fit it through passageways without touching the walls. It's a popular series. This is like that game, except you're a frog on a log. It looks great.
A frog on a log.
Apparently has his own frog copter.
Survive and Craft. Synaxrian. Acts Part 1. Temple of Horror. The Darkest Tales. The Pinball Wizard. I played the Pinball Wizard on Apple Arcade. It's fantastic. I have not played the Switch version yet.
Tommy.
Hopefully as fantastic. No Tommy in this one. And finally, Vereda. Escape Room Adventure. Currybus says there's only one game worth getting this week. Solitaire classic card game, right, Nikki? That's what it says. That's the whole comment.
He knows what you like.
He's got your number.
He got you. He got you.
Did you get the third Bayonetta?
I wish people said like games like that. Did you get the third Super Mario Brothers?
You know,
I guess that's weird.
Also, I would give Helen a little bit more credit if she said something like,
"Oh, this is gonna be really bad." Good.
Boyacata Bayonetta.
Oh.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. It was good. It was good. Worth it.
I'd be like, you go.
Oh boy, I got the bayonet. All right, Nikki Hill. Josh, I need your help here, buddy. I know you're a little bit out of whack today.
He's
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nikki's sweet releases.
Boycott that new good, that
Boring.
new Viennetta.
Boring.
Good humor one. Sucks. Briars made it elegant. Good humor farted out a cream log.
Thank you, Josh.
God, that sounds so
there are
gross.
some Switch games coming to the eShop.
Farted out a cream log. Sorry.
I believe that's sharding.
For this week, this final week of October 27th, the year of our Lord 2022.
Oh my God, it is the final week. We're in November's,
I know.
babies.
So here's a list of those games. I'll do my best to say them as they're written. Alterity Experience.
That's a hard word to say, right?
Experience?
That's right.
Yes. Arkanoid Eternal Battle. Asterix and Obelix.
Is it Obelix with an X? Okay.
Yeah, there is an
XX.
X.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
XL. The Ram from Hibernia. That's all one title. A Winding Path. Perhaps a Winding Path. We don't
You
know.
said you'd read it as it was written, so it could be taken either way.
A
Bestanden.
wingding path.
I be standing.
You do be.
Bestanden. Dein Weg zum Führerschein.
It's in German. Can
Oh,
you say
okay.
it like
Is that what that
angry
was?
German, please, for me?
I don't want to
Okay,
offend
fine.
anybody.
That's fine. That's fine. I
just be
respect it.
standing. Here, you could say that one
Yeah,
right there.
let me see this.
Be standing. Bestanden. Bestanden. That's not German.
That was
Where is
not
it?
German at all.
You maybe need your glasses.
Those are sunglasses. Wait, where is it on the list?
It's the fifth
Oh,
one
sorry,
down,
sorry.
alphabetical order.
Bestanden dein Weg zum Führerschein.
There you
You're
go.
angrier.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't angry enough. Sorry. Bestanden dein Weg. Oh, sorry. Dein Weg zum Führerschein.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
And that translates to the cute puppy.
Bayonetta 3.
I'm sorry, what game?
Boyakata Bayonetta.
No, dude, do you know it?
That's the third Bayonetta.
The third Bayonetta, that's right.
Is that what we're calling it? Brew Master.
That's what you call it when you're of a certain age.
Buddy Simulator. 1984. The year of our Lord. 1984. Cubic Parking. Is this another German one?
No, this is a shmup.
Darius Burst. CS Core. Plus Taito Sega Pack. Cool. Dire Vengeance.
What?
Vengeance.
Oh, okay. I
Vengeance.
thought you were trying to say vignettes or something.
Escape String. That sounds exciting. Factorio.
Hey, I like it.
Harmonies. Odyssey. Hidden Paw.
Harmonies?
Harmonious.
I was doing his thing, and I was doing the thing you usually do to me.
What's that?
Repeating things, like a callback, they call it.
Oh, I heard you say it, and I wanted to say it back again, and I totally forgot. The German thing threw me way off. Factorio. I know that was a hit, so I'm gonna go back to it. Harmonies, Odysseys,
Are we going backwards?
We are, yeah.
Hidden Paws Mystery, Horse Club Adventures 2, Hazelwood Stories. That sounds delightful. Hot Springs Story 2 sequel. Insomnus, Oddworld, Soulstorm. Huh?
Yep.
Did you
They got it first in Europe. We don't get it until the 8th. But if you
Is
have
that
a European
remake?
account,
Is
just
that a remake of the original or a whole new game?
you know, it's one of those that is so wildly different from the second one. I feel like it's an all new game. But I just had an interview with Lauren Lanning, and I said, "Hey, Lauren, buddy, Bubula,
What is the deal?
I said,
You did not
"Is
call
this
him.
canon for Oddworld now? And are we forgetting the original? The original Oddworld 2, Exodus,
Games
or
Exodus?
does Exodus still count? And you're thinking this is just a what if situation? I have not got the answers back yet, so I'll tell you in the interview when I get it. I don't know. Yeah, because the first one was New and Tasty was a remake of the first game. This is. It's not it's a remake in some ways, but it's a greatly expanded and fleshed out version of Exodus. So I don't know. That's why I asked them.
But if it ends in the same way, then it's just a remake, right?
I'll tell you.
Soulstorm, that's it. That Paradigm, Pixel Artist. Ooh, Resident Evil Village
Cloud Edition, yes.
Cloud Edition. It doesn't say that.
Oh, Cloud. People know what Cloud means.
You hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
Robot Tree, Saturnalia, just say it different ways. So
Boy, oh boy, this one is a gauntlet.
Signalis, whichever way you want. Solitaire classic card game. Everybody, is my favorite game. Right?
Nice. You got yourself.
Got myself Temple of Horror, the Pinball Wizard, the Table Game, and Vereda Escape Room Adventure.
He made it, everybody.
Oh.
Is there a comment there, Nikki Hill?
You tell me. Yes,
There is.
Karibo says third Bayonetta, the big hitter. Apt time to play as the witch again.
It is spooky season. Yeah, it's the inappropriate, the apt time to play. You say.
Apartment time.
Apartment time. Yes, that's what I mean.
Oh.
Yep, it's that time of year. It's almost like
Twilight time.
It's almost like well, when you're playing Bayonetta, it's definitely Twilight.
It's
time.
always Twilight time.
Unless you're using naive
Did you
angel
hear there's
mode
like
or whatever
a new
it's
voice
called.
actor for that Bayonetta too?
No, I've heard the game. It's the same voice, definitely.
Mhm.
Yes,
Absolutely
you can use
nothing happened.
you can use your
That
naive
happened
angel
originally,
mode.
right? When
I
they
feel
showed
like-
the trailer and it was like the voice
People
sounds
were
a little
like-
different. I don't know why. Maybe it's a different character. Is it different
I
character?
feel
Yep.
like we would have heard something if it was a different
Yeah.
voice.
Probably.
No,
Yeah.
wait, what is naive angel mode?
I believe that's what it's called. It's basically censored mode. So when Bayonetta
okay.
goes naked in her transformations, here they just like
They
blast
nerf her.
her with like a ton of light, so you can't see anything that's
Oh,
going on.
Very,
And it
clever.
tones down violence, but also on top of that, it changes some outfits. So outfits that show boobage don't show boobage anymore, much like
And
Rouge the
other
Bat.
the other
Yes,
guy,
that's what I was going to say. It sounds like they nerfed.
I hope this is the best part. I hope you're going to say the best part.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but the guy. That's
Rodan?
in hell,
No.
Yeah,
Is that his name?
yeah. Instead of smoking a cigar, he's eating a tasty treat.
He's eating an eclair.
What?
He holds like, and that we have a full
'cause of the
scene.
smoking,
So
okay.
he holds the cigar up to his mouth because he's always got a cigar. But in this, he holds an eclair up to his
That's
with
great.
like sprinkles on it.
He
and everything.
smokes the
It's great.
eclair
It's
instead.
great.
It would be great if the eclair was still smoking.
Yeah, exactly.
Fresh out of the oven. Thank you, Nikki
It'd
Hill.
be funny if you could have like a booby mode, but and a Claire mode at the same time. you
See,
know?
I
So
would
you
do
could have,
that,
like,
yeah.
the-
Best of all worlds.
Yeah, you could have the best.
Yeah, that's
of-
like
Or-
the sexiest mode of all.
Or every time she's supposed to get naked, she's covered with eclairs.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
and that could go in a direction we will not say. Figure it out for yourself, people.
Didn't mean for that.
So perfect noise. All right, so anyway, this is my
You're the one who
favorite
said
story of the
farted
week.
out a cream log before.
This is my favorite story of the week. If you haven't read it, please don't read it because I want to take you on this journey.
Don't read it.
Pokemon Go players out there. There is this father and son team out there that are playing Pokemon Go. This is where it starts to get funny. First off, because you're picturing a father and son right now.
No,
Don't
no.
read this story. The father was 75 and the son was 30 something, 33. So it's not
Oh,
like a
it's an
father. It's a
adult
father and
son.
son, but adult father and an adult son, elderly father, adult son. They went out to a local park to catch to battle for a Pokemon gym, and there was a rival team there because your teams.
Uh-oh.
So there's a rivalry going on. You're
Was there an
fighting for the
altercation?
gym. The in-game altercation turned into a real-life altercation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the father, 75-year-old Robert Matuzzi,
75-year-old.
started arguing with this other person, and it turned into a physical scuffle.
I want to know the age of the other person.
The victim here, we don't know their age. We know the son's age. He was 33. So I'm sorry. So the son ended up attacking the victim and rolled him into a lake.
Oh dear.
And it doesn't stop there.
Oh no.
The father, the
Set a
75-year-old
Magikarp
father,
loose on him.
then
Oh
jumped
my
into the lake
God.
and held the victim underwater as his son repeatedly punched him in the face.
Holy cow, they hate water Pokemon.
I'm sorry. The idea,
Fire starters, damn it.
the 75-year-old father holding the victim down while the 75-year-old father's son was punching the 75-year-old father. in the
No,
face.
no. I'm on your team.
Got him.
So yes,
much confusion in this altercation.
the elderly father holding the victim underwater as the son
That is-
punched him in the face.
Yeah, I
repeatedly.
shouldn't. I shouldn't
was
laugh
this?
at this, but
Some park.
I'd expect
Man.
this at a Denny's, but not here.
So anyway, they obviously were arrested, and we
Gotta
know of this
catch 'em
story
all,
now
am I
because
right?
the court
Whoa.
the court case is over. The
finally-
75-year-old Robert Matuzzi was charged with third-degree assault, and he is sentenced to 3 days in jail and a fine, while the son, who was punching the man while underwater, only has a fine. So
Oh.
Old man. Well, listen. If you're, I guess,
Attempted murder versus punching.
Yes, someone was. I guess when you look at it, one was punching and one was trying to kill the man by drowning him.
Yeah.
So I guess,
Yes.
but still 3 days in jail. I know he's 75 and
Did
everything.
any of them catch the Pokemon at the?
It wasn't about catching. It was about taking over a gym.
Did anybody get the gym?
We don't probably know. Whoever swooped in while this guy was being drowned, I'm
Can you
sure.
imagine there's like a third party that just walks up and they're like,
So can we finally admit that video games do cause violence? Can we finally?
But
admit
only
it?
when
It's
you introduce them
proof
into
right
the
here.
real world.
No.
It's the real world
It's
problem.
video games cause violence for
Real
the
world people.
generation who thought video games cause violence to us.
There
For
it is.
us.
There it is.
The same thing with Facebook. Oh, don't be on Facebook. That's nothing but trouble. It's the problem for all the older generation who don't know how to handle the technology.
Did you see that Trump is running alongside Bat Boy for office?
He's got my vote.
Oh, bad boy for VP.
Man, imagine this 75-year-old man if he got to play like a VR game. Forget it.
He probably,
Only if it lets you roll people into a lake and then punch them in the
probably one of those people
you'd probably
jumping
be-
through pane glass.
Yeah, you'd probably be like
glass
punching the
pane.
TV or punching through a window
Yeah.
or something.
I was going to say, real world makes people violent when most people playing video games stay at home, so they wouldn't even be out and about to punch real people. It's just going out in the real world. That's the
True.
issue.
Yeah. Stay inside, everyone, and boycott Pokemon if you can.
So the guy is okay,
Yeah,
I
this
will
is why
say.
you never go outside.
That's right. Which is why this is my favorite story, because the guy's okay and it's just funny. It's a funny story.
What if you found out that man and his son were green Pokemon supporters? Would you?
Grass types?
Yeah, would that upset you? It would.
It
wouldn't
would, yeah. It would.
We gotta find
Listen,
out. I don't know why that makes me so
well,
happy.
also,
We gotta find out.
teams in Pokemon Go work differently. But if they were grass fans,
You would switch your Pokemon.
I feel
wouldn't
bad.
You?
I feel bad.
You would.
It would make me feel some kind of way.
Oh,
Currybo says, pretty sure
good,
this isn't the
good.
first time we've heard about Pokemon going to jail over the game. That's true. There have been multiple altercations in real life. People are
Pokemon
taking
Go
this
to
stuff very seriously. Moving on, Sega released their latest fiscal report, and it gave an update on how many units of Sonic games have been moved. Does anybody care to
Nope.
guess
Oh, care to guess?
how many Sonic games have been I don't want to say sold because it is sold and downloaded and there are free games. So how many units moved of Sonic games have there been
Forever?
from launch to now? Yes. Oh, don't you look. Oh, I covered it.
What do you mean launch to now? Like launch
From Sonic's first game until this very day, how many Sonic games
Oh my god.
have made their ways into homes of players?
600-700? Gotta be. Easy.
My brain's really calculating here.
I'm terrible with numbers.
100 million.
100 million. Got a guess, Kirby?
Nah, sorry.
Nikki Hill, guess or no?
I'm trying to think of the other games that.
Do you have a guess or no?
No.
So our guesses are 600, 700, or 100 million. You're both correct. My brain is more correct. Price is Right rules. 1.5 billion.
Wow.
And why is it billion? That sounds very high because Sega is including Sonic games that were downloaded on mobile devices that are free. If a game is free, it gets more attention, obviously. And to put things in perspective, Sonic Dash is on mobile devices. Sonic Dash alone has been downloaded 500 million times. And it's not the only popular Sonic mobile game. So there you go. Sonic has made his way into 1.5 billion. Well, you know, probably a billion homes, maybe altogether.
500 million
Yeah. 1/4 of the total.
of the total.
Yeah.
So you get rid of that, it's down significantly.
Down to only a billion. But again, a lot of that is mobile stuff. I'm sure there's 2 other mobile games in there that could equal another 500 million easy. So,
Which is crazy to me because then, like, what Mega Man total, right? Like, you're talking about like millions of.
well,
that,
if you're
and it's
including Mega Man's mobile games, I don't know, but yeah, total franchise sales for Mega Man, it's still in Capcom's top 5. I don't know where it is, like 29 million, something like that.
Right. That's
Uh,
what I was trying to think. Like,
But I don't think Capcom includes their mobile. Well, no, I know for sure they don't include their mobile free-to-play stuff in their total down or total units moved. So, Currybo says Sonic as a franchise does seem more popular now than ever, With 2 successful movies and the upcoming Netflix show, the Hedgehog has staying power. Yeah, he's always been around, or he's been popular since he first came out and is bigger now than ever. Finally, our last top story, everybody. We found out that Nier Automata came to Switch because of another Switch game. And oddly enough, that Switch game was another game developed by Platinum. So Platinum developed Nier Automata and Square Enix published. And that game came out in 2016, I want to say. And then eventually we got it on Switch as the End of Yorha edition, which just came out at the beginning of this month. What brought about that release? According to producer Yosuke Saito, it was another game that Platinum developed. He says, quote, "This came about because I wanted something to commemorate the game's 5th anniversary. And after seeing Astral Chain, I began to think that Nier Automata could be released on the Nintendo Switch as well. I think we've managed to port this as an extremely high-level reproduction, and we hope you'll play it." So one of Platinum's own games convinced Square Enix to let Platinum do another one of their games on the Switch, which is just crazy. But Astral Chain, another million-selling, I don't know how many million-selling, but a million-selling game, original IP from Platinum, that was only released on Switch and received very high critical praise as well. And then that game paved the way for Nier Automata to come to Switch. Another game from Platinum with high critical praise. And I think it's sold somewhere around 7 million copies altogether on all platforms so far. So people really like this game. If you have not played the Switch version,
It's out, right?
that's for you. If you haven't played this game, I suggest you do. It's one of my favorites. And the Switch port is it flies in the face of the Alan Wake port. This is a very high quality port, very well done.
I'm sorry. Alan Wake is a good port?
I said flies in the face of.
Oh.
So that would mean opposite. Alan Wake
It flies in the
bad,
face of whoever
Nier
made the Alan
Automata
Wake
good.
port. Okay.
Yes, this is one of the top
played
tier
this?
Switch ports. No, I haven't played it yet. I played Nier Automata, but not the Switch port. What'd you say? Oh, hearsay. I thought you said Parasite.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
according to Digital Foundry, the upper echelon of technical analysis of games, as well as other outlets, this is a top-tier technical port. We already know the game is good from a gameplay perspective, but technically
Nier
speaking, yes.
Automata is a sequel?
It's in the Nier franchise, but it's near to. But you can play this one. It's a standalone thing, and it's an excellent game. One of my favorite games in the last decade, easily.
Is the game that preceded it Nier Wasamata?
Nice.
It is not. They haven't put that one out yet.
Terrible.
With peace and love, enjoy that, folks.
Shillelagh says, I can see Platinum Games being all over Platinum for the eventual 20th anniversary of their games. Yes, that's probably true. Yeah, you know, you've been so open to so many games, but this is one you still hold out on. I wonder why.
I gotta have, you know.
Well, what about
a lady's got to keep some secrets.
Should I ask her or should I just let it go? I'll leave it up to you.
I mean, it doesn't look like anything that interests me. I mean, like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, Nier Automata, it looks like it's all one thing to me. I'm not interested.
They share Devil May Cry and Bayonetta share very similar DNA. That's true, and there's some DNA between those two and Nier Automata, but I would say Nier Automata is different enough from those. But I got you. I get you. I'll get you. Mom Brain.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Nothing.
Okay. Kirby, what have you been playing?
I also haven't played
excellent.
anything. I'm sorry.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
Well, I made it a point to play something today because I've been working and I wanted to say something.
Play a girl.
So I played some solitaire today.
See House Cheese. I saw you on there.
Is that really it? Is that really it?
Yeah, I don't have time right now.
So he was So here's the thing: we were supposed to get some food before the podcast, and
here we go.
He's I'm on the Switch, and he's texting me, and he's like, "I'm still at my house, haven't left yet. This and that," and I see that he's playing Clubhouse games.
What else did I say?
And then we didn't end up getting lunch because he was late.
But what else did I say?
You said a lot of things.
I had laundry going and I needed to switch it over to the dryer. Once that was in the dryer, I was out the door. Then I had other problems.
All right. I'll believe. But it could have been time you could have been playing another game.
What game am I going to just pick up and play? What game? What game?
I think the
Sons of bitches.
One of the ones you downloaded that you haven't played.
I don't know what games you're speaking of.
Well, Do, what have you been playing?
So I know last week when I was talking about the BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea DLC, and I got like that game-breaking glitch, and I was like, I'm not going to play that anymore. So I went back and I played that, and
that was 2 weeks ago, right?
no,
Or
this
there's a new
was
one.
this was last week. You weren't at the last.
No,
you
what
weren't
was it
here
again?
last week. It's BioShock Infinite, but it's the DLC for it.
Oh.
So I beat BioShock Infinite for last week, and then I was playing like the. You know what? If you
No, I'm
asked
actually-
me,
I'm
for
actually
God's sake,
No, I
interested.
think that
Talked
was a
about
legit
I'm
intrigue.
Oh,
legitimately
okay, forgive
interested.
me, forgive me.
I'm surprised you
It was
went
the
and
way
played
you
that.
laughed that made it seem like he was. It was
Because I'm
real.
like, yeah.
It's just a funny
Yes.
interaction.
All
yeah.
right, all right. Sorry, I'm a little jumpy. Forgive me.
He didn't
He's hungry,
eat.
I'm
Somebody didn't
sorry.
take him to
I am
lunch
very
today.
sorry.
Actually,
for
that is exactly.
Oh my
it.
god!
I'm
And you don't have
hungry.
get this man a Snickers.
I'm hungry.
I can offer a moon pea,
Get him a
Oh
moon pea.
my
You want a moon
goodness,
pea?
Yeah, maybe I should do that.
chocolate or vanilla.
Both,
Black.
please.
Black.
I
I
don't know
take my
why-
moon peas black.
Sorry, I'm so hungry. I wanted a chocolate
Can't even
one.
think. I love that we literally said chocolate and you said black.
Sorry.
Chocolate. I can't think of the word. Black.
I like my moon peas with cream, actually, cream and sugar.
Uh,
Might need a
although we
Snickers.
do say black and white cookies. So
Man. Anyways,
Sorry.
No, you don't. I'm the one who's sorry. I'm acting like a fool here. So I went back and I played that, of course. Went through and I beat it, right? And I get to now. This is the version that's on the Switch, and I already spoke about like the game-breaking glitch that it had that they did that was in every version previous to this.
Can I just ask really quick?
Please.
Is the game breaking version in the DLC or the actual
It's
game?
in the DLC.
Okay.
It's part of the DLC, and they've never updated it. But anyway, so I get to the end, right? And it's like both BioShock and BioShock Infinite and the DLCs like build story-wise to this like peak, and it's very emotional. And you've been with these characters for who knows how long. Thank you so much, Mom Brain. I appreciate that. And
we all appreciate that.
and so it's building to this like
I'm so
such an
full, thanks.
emotional fervor, and then you get to like the point of the pinnacle, and like right as the credits are gonna roll, and then it's like I said, emotional and dark and sad, and you're trying to process it, and then the credits roll and it's absolute silence. And I'd beaten this before like years ago, and I don't recall the ending being so quiet, and I was like, oh well, that's kind of a really dark ending, like when the credits roll and there's no sound, it's like, it's kind of they're trying to make a statement, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I was like, oh man, this is like pretty dark. And then all of a sudden, like halfway through the credits, don't ask me why I was sitting there in silence looking at them. I guess I was just trying to deal with the emotions. And then they have like a little thing pop up where it's like a little video while the credits are going, and it's like one of the voice actresses, and she's like singing, but the sound doesn't come on. So it's her, just like her picture, and there's no sound. So then I Googled it, couldn't find anything. I texted RMC, and yeah, turns out that like they didn't have, I guess, the rights to whatever like the end credit thing was. So when they ported it over, they don't have, so there's like nothing. So it's like literally, if this was like your first time playing and experiencing this story, you get all the way to the end of this 3-game masterpiece, and then it's like this poop at the end. They just like crap it out, and it's just like, and then you're like,
why even like include the video though
exactly,
if you don't
just
have the
take the video out of there, and I wouldn't have known, But so anyways, it was like a disappointing. It's an amazing game, disappointing version of the game, but it seems like who knows on what other systems it's disappointing.
yeah,
on, too.
unless you have it on the original, then that's how
Is
it's
that
going to be.
music written by someone we know?
No, it wasn't. But his games or his songs are in there, and in fact, one of my favorite parts in the game features some of his music.
So did you?
I mean, we could say his name. You can. Talk about
Scott Bradley from Postmodern Jukebox. Yeah.
Did you play the other two, Delita, or you just jumped into Infinite? BioShock.
I just jumped into Infinite. I didn't replay BioShock for this round, just because BioShock's probably the game I played the most.
Because I know you told me not to play 2.
Well, yeah, I mean
that's why I'm like, oh, really?
Two's my least favorite. I would say play the original, then play Infinite, and then if you want to play 2.
Is it worth it to go backwards like that though?
I mean, for me, it kind of was because I love the universe so much, like the undersea city is awesome. Like the second one's worth playing just for like the more of the city, like more of the undersea levels. Even though the story and like the characters aren't as good. But yeah, so that was, BioShock for the millionth time. Speaking of the millionth time, I also was playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 this week. I turned off all the score and I just been like hunting. So I've just been like out in the woods, like listening to the sounds and playing for real. It's really stupid, but I like it. So
I want to say this very quickly. Anastasia Beaver hasn't says, I saw Scott Bradley live once. The Postmodern Jukebox Gang was amazing. It was a school trip.
We saw Scott Bradley live.
We saw him.
Many
He
times.
was literally in our grade, and we hung out with him. It's true. We actually this isn't like he went to our school. This was like we hung out with him and went places with him, and
we were actually friends with him.
We were actually friends.
I mean, we still are.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we're friends with Scott. He's awesome.
I would say probably you were the closest.
Yeah, we've known each other since like second grade or something. He lived real close to me. We hung out a lot growing up and stuff. And we did rap music together in high school and silly stuff like that.
Rap with a P.
But yeah.
Rat music. Rat hats and rat music.
He's also talking about Red Dead Redemption.
Yes,
too,
that's true.
But he's totally awesome. Like even after all his success, if he knows I'm going to be around, like he'll still reach out if he's touring. And he's always made time to like before or after his shows to like come out and hang out with me and stuff like that, whatever city he's in, if I'm there. So
here's a little bit of tidbit information for you.
Get a chip on his shoulder at least.
Yeah, I've talked to, I hung out with him in high school through you guys. I never hung out with him on my own, but he's always been friendly to me. But here's a little more podcast lore for you and Scott Bradley lore. He almost dated Nintendo. Almost.
Really?
Yeah. They went out together somewhere. Did not work out.
Oh, man.
But could have been. What could have been?
Yeah, right. Because she's got a really great voice. Like
she does.
She could have been, and I'm sure she would love to sing that.
Yeah,
like that kind of the style music he likes to do. So.
Yep. But anyway, BioShock, you did it.
Oh yeah! Congratulations.
Yeah.
By the
cheers.
way,
Thank you. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So the game breaking glitch didn't break it, or you restarted that downloadable content? Did you say?
I just restarted it from my save and played like a big chunk to get to where it was, and then I avoided the area. It's like a little airlock that locks you in and doesn't unlock you out. So I just avoided that door, and I was okay. But yeah, so anyways, like I said, replaying was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again. I'm doing it, like I said, I was doing it a little different. I turned off the score, so it's just like the atmospheric sounds. And I've been just like hanging out all alone and like tracking animals and killing them and stuff. It's I don't know why the heck it's just fantastic, and it's not for everyone. Look, it's a popular game, and a lot of people like it. I'd say more people like it than don't. But like for people like RMC who couldn't be more bored hearing me talk about it, it's not for you, and it doesn't have to be. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's it's the pinnacle of open world gaming to the point where it's very slow. It can be slow and boring if you're not into it like that. So I totally understand. But
listen, if you're enjoying it, that's all that matters to me,
and that's what I'm doing.
Thank you. I am enjoying it.
Yeah. But so yeah, there's that, and then I also I ordered a white OLED Switch, and I got that in the mail.
Hey-o.
So that's probably the most exciting stuff that's happening. I couldn't pass up this bundle. RMC sent me this bundle that was so it was a Switch OLED with a Nintendo Pro controller, the Super Luigi U game,
New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe with Deluxe, yeah,
that
has
game,
both of them,
and a $75 Dell gift card, all for $350.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
It's an insane deal.
Yeah,
I did play something this week. When you're done,
sorry,
remind me.
Past you.
Yeah, so
50, you said?
$350. So like for the price of an
For
OLED,
the price of an OLED, he gets a Pro
I got
controller,
a
which is another
game
what,
of
60,
Pro
70
controller
bucks a game.
and a $75 gift card that
Yeah.
I can use
That's nuts.
probably towards more games or something on
They're
Dell.
just burning money. Over
Thanks to the infamous is bad. Thanks to the amazing Wario64 on Twitter. Everybody knows who he is. The man of a million deals. He tweeted that out, and I shared it with Du as soon as I saw it. It's one of the best deals I've ever seen for the Switch. So
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Totally cool. And man, that thing in person is so great. It just feels great. It feels better. It feels like sturdier than the regular Switch. And there's just something about the grips on it. Maybe
sexy is the word you're
maybe
looking
it's
for.
just because it's brand new, but it's got that, you could feel the texture on the controller and the holy cow, I want to go home and play it right now. But yeah, so it did that, and I downloaded it. Like I transferred everything from my previous Switch. It was a snap. It like walks you right through it. There's no problem at all. And then I spent the whole night like re-downloading onto my little memory cards all the games, because my memory cards were formatted to my other Switch. I had to reformat them and delete everything, but no big deal. You re-download the stuff. So I spent last night doing that, and then today last night I noticed, I said to you, RMC, that I can't organize my games by time played anymore because it doesn't know what time. It's like, so I have no idea what I've played. I have no idea. I mean, I could have played Breath of the Wild. I guess I've played that. I don't know. But
I don't remember.
So I started up.
But on the plus side, Fortnite's no longer the top.
I didn't even download
you can
Fortnite.
feel
I was
good.
like, it's not even here, babies. So I don't have to look at it. But yeah, so I don't know.
The Switch app still knows.
Part of me
It'll never
wanted
forget.
to play Breath of the Wild again just to get it up there, and I was like, you can't start doing this,
Oh,
Just go
certainly.
back,
You
yeah, just
can't
go
start
back and play
playing-
Red
yeah,
Dead
right?
2 for the
Exactly.
fourth time.
I can't do this. BioShock and Red Dead, baby.
So yeah,
Skyrim for a month.
Yeah,
Can't
I've
go back
really-
and play Zelda. That'd be crazy. Why would you do that?
I've been really into the old stuff. I mean, whatever.
Not
Laugh all
old
you
enough.
want,
Not old
RMC.
enough.
I know you're being nice, but you really don't care. But like, laugh all you want. Fine, I don't care.
No, it's not old enough. I'm saying. Oh, I guess it's 5+ years now.
What?
So. Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah,
BioShock's older.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Skyrim's older. So
Breath
you
of the
need a
Wild
couple
I
more
played
years for Breath of
twice.
the Wild.
Red Dead 2. This is my 4th time through it, so that's sick. It's
Eileen
sickening.
Tom says, you want to replay it once more before the sequel arrives. You know it to be true.
I want to so bad.
Wait a minute, there's a sequel?
Yeah.
It's going to be legendary.
Breath of the Wilder.
Well, and then after I did all that stuff with the new Switch, I played some
Gas for the Crazies.
Moncala and 50 other games, and it's all mind over matter. But I think it looks and plays so much better than the original Switch. It doesn't, but I'm just like, yeah. This
Are
is
you
great.
playing handheld?
No.
Oh,
How,
yeah. Okay.
How is the Switch eShop on the OLED? Is it smooth? Because when I go to the Switch eShop, it is so slow and glitchy.
The Switch eShop, old Nintendo's eShops have always been real slow for me. This time I thought, I think it's like about the same. I didn't notice a difference.
Here's the thing. All the shops on all the systems suck. Here's what you do for everything, Switch included, because I'm on the eShop all the time and it works just fine. Go to the eShop and wait 30 seconds. Don't do anything else.
I don't have that kind
Just
of
let
time.
it load and then you're fine.
You know how much solitaire I can get into?
I go in and do the weekly eShop top 30 every single week. I go in and download review copies all the time. Go in, give it 30 seconds,
I'm
and
with
then
you.
go.
I'm with you.
I think part of it is by
I'm giving you a solution to your problem.
The solution's to wait.
Yeah, wait
That's
30
why
seconds.
we're complaining because
Yeah,
we're
the problem
waiting
is
for
they're
it to
waiting
load.
too long.
Yeah, but when if
Think
you're
of it as giving it a head start.
but the thing is, if you go in and you're trying to get something right away, then you're compiling your waiting time because you're trying to load this while you're trying to search that while you're trying to get to this page. If you just wait in the beginning, then you're fine.
Nikki Hill, it's your fault. Didn't you know?
No, it
It's
would
your
be
fault.
great. Well, here's the thing. we're gonna pretend like this isn't the problem with all the digital shops on all the systems. Every system has a slow digital
It's never
shop.
been a
That's how it
problem
works.
on any other system. I've never had a problem. Any
I
other
have
time.
100% on the
Send help.
PS4 had way more trouble with the PS4
We
shop
need a moderator.
than the Switch
Like-
shop. But you know what I did? I go on
I
the
stopped
PS4
playing
shop.
PlayStation.
I waited 30 seconds and then I went about the shop just fine.
What did you
That's all
do in
gotta
that
do.
30 seconds? No, but
I thought
for
about where I was
me,
going on the shop.
I keep getting notices from my internet provider.
Here you go. Dre gives another solution. Just buy the stuff on your phone.
What?
Do that.
What?
You're signed in on Nintendo.com. Buy it there.
What? Can do that?
I've done that.
Yeah.
Um,
No lag there.
I've been getting notices from my internet provider that my
Anyway,
my modem might need updating.
Your Comcast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they
I
tell
don't
everybody that.
name them
Moving
out.
on.
They told me you can't get upload speed. We're doing new upload speeds and they're way better than ever. And you
Yeah.
can't get them with your old
Well-
modem. And I said, I bet I can. And you can.
But my internet, my modem, I purchased my own modem for that one time price instead of renting it every month. And I think there's obviously an issue with that, I would think, because like they know it's not their system. So I'm sure they throttle it or like, they send out a signal that's not going to be, I don't know, conspiracies. But
wrong.
Copy that.
oh my goodness, sorry to cut you off. PT said that they've been playing BioShock 1 on Switch and it crashed several times at the Sander Cohen level. And when I played BioShock 1 when originally downloaded on the Switch, that's exactly where my game
Looks
crashed.
like they need an update.
Mine
So-
didn't crash. And did you downloaded it? Do you have the game?
I download. It's not the game card. It's a download on the Switch, and I played the first game up until the Sander Cohen level. I remember what happened, and then it got.
So I bought it retail, and I think it comes with a game card, but I still had to download the other games. So like, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
But you were able to.
I gotta think about
you were able to play the whole game. in
But I
minutes.
didn't have the first BioShock glitch on me, and I haven't played 2 or 3. But now I feel like I have to go home to see what I actually purchased.
Dude, what else did you play?
Sorry.
That was it. I really
okay.
appreciate.
What have you been playing,
Thanks
George?
for listening. And what have you been playing, George?
Mom Brain?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the second.
What about me?
Oh, huh?
You asked me
Mom
twice.
Brain was talking.
You asked me twice. Can I tell you?
A big hello to my fans.
Boy, Josh.
What did you play, Raw Meat Cowboy?
Excuse my sniffle.
I'm not Rummy.
Oh, George?
You said my name twice,
George,
and then
what have
you
you
just
been
skipped
playing,
right over
George?
me. I didn't play anything.
Okay, then.
That story
Well,
was
I
boring.
don't expect you to be able to play. Your hands are always full of lines. You got a lot to juggle during the week.
Oh, busy man.
Oh, boy.
Mom Brain, what did you play?
Thanks. Thanks so much, George.
You're welcome.
Why was that funny, Rami?
George?
I think he's interrupting on purpose.
Oh.
I would never.
So this week at work, I had the opportunity to open a brand new program. And so
That's the way you're putting it.
So I had to open a new classroom, and if anybody knows anything about public schools, there's no money in the budget for anything.
The money.
So I had to kind of go through like everything that we have, and I've been in the district like 15 years, so I have like a pretty good idea of like what's where. And I dusted off the Wii that we bought back in the day with like, I don't know, some kind of grant money or something, and the Wii Fit board. And the kid that's in the classroom is young, and I was like, have you ever seen a Wii before? And the kid was like, yeah, I've seen a Wii before. So we were like, putting batteries in the nunchuck or in the Wii remote and syncing the remotes. And unfortunately, I thought we had games, but we don't. So I have to bring some from home. So we use Me Maker, and we also tried to connect to the internet to get like the forecast channel. And I was like, I don't think that works anymore.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun to be like, yeah, this is how it used to be.
Well, like I said, bring in boom blocks. That'd be a good one for the group.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of things that I'd like to bring in.
Mad World. You could bring in Mad World.
I mean, sure. So I did get to play a little bit of Wii, so it was fun.
Oh, that's it. Okay, thank you.
WarioWare Smooth Moves.
No, that's it. Me Maker.
Yeah.
That's funny to think about kids nowadays and what like their first system or what they'd be familiar with, and just relating it to ourselves with how long we've been around now. You know,
Yeah.
like I saw this meme where it was like on the left, it was a picture of A Link to the Past.
I
and it
saw
was-
that.
It was like, you know, what you think Zelda was 20 years ago. And then it was like what Zelda actually was 20 years ago. And on the right, it was a picture of the Wind Waker. And I was like, that kind of is how I feel.
Yeah.
Like my body and my mind feel that way for some reason.
Absolutely.
Because we've been here forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still think the 90s was like, yesterday.
I think
Like
it's
when
so
we're-
cool that we have been with. I mean, I think it's cool because I love video games and Nintendo, but that we've been with like these franchises since they actually started. Like we were with Mario and Zelda. Like we have experienced them as they started to now. Like we've been on that entire journey. I think that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
I never even thought about that. You know, you don't think about it.
We were there day one, baby.
Never thought about how cool that would be, or even how it would be to not have been around during the beginning of that.
Yeah,
But it is cool.
Other things that I think about that, and I miss not being able to say that, like with comic books, obviously. But like WWE, we were all watching WWE when we were kids, but we weren't there like at the actual start. But maybe 5
we
or
were
6
with
years
the internet
after.
at the start.
That's true. We
Like-
were with the internet. Well, it's public.
Yeah. Like
start, like where it really came into popular culture
Yeah.
and use. Yeah. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool.
Me too. What'd you play this week?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, small brain.
Tampa
So I played more Fortnite. I'm very happy to announce that I have unlocked the
beaten it?
Spider-Gwen costume, the
Hey,
skin.
congratulations.
I finally got it. You had to get the level 90 something, and I got it.
Of beating the game.
So now I am Spider-Gwen, and I don't know what kind of skin it would take to usurp Spider-Gwen. I'm going to be Spider-Gwen
Foreskin.
till the day I die. Because I was John Cena, which I loved. I'm very happy I have that skin, but I'm Spider-Gwen, and I still wear the WWE belt on my back, so it's a little mix of both. So yeah, I don't know what skin. If they did a Golden Girl skin, like we've mentioned in the past, yes, I would do one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
Are
because it
you
would be funny
kidding
to
me?
watch. Like,
Well, I also legit like the Golden Girls, but it would also be very funny. Yeah, I want to see Pussycat doing the I don't know, the orange whatever it was.
The what?
Orange
So
Justice. That's what it was. The
Oh,
emo.
It's like a baby's toy.
who's the guy, the monster guy in Fortnite? He kind of looks like he's real cute. Vitamin
Whip?
G.
Guff.
Guff.
I saw a TikTok of a
TikTok,
kid
yeah.
in a Guff Halloween costume.
It's
and
like an inflated
yeah,
Guff
and he's like,
costume.
he uses foul language,
And
but he's
it's
like, I look like
not-
a penis. I look
Yeah.
like a penis.
It's not exactly what he thought it was when
Yeah.
they ordered it
Yeah.
online.
So I played that. I also am very happy to say that I finished Signalis, so I'll be doing my review of that. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So some reviews for Signalis came out already, and they are very high. Very high. Some of the highest reviews
Very
I've seen in
cool.
here. I agree. Signalis is an excellent game, and it is very atmospheric. Very the whole game makes you feel uncomfortable from start to finish because it's like a survival horror, but it's not jump scares. I can't think of a single jump scare in that game. It's all just very like noises that make you uneasy and hearing that things are walking around and it makes you uneasy.
Is this the PlayStation 1
Yeah.
graphics?
So the story is very intriguing and interesting. It's very much like a it's told in, you know what, Mom Brain, this is what I'm going to say. The story has elements of, and it's told in a way that it's like Twin Peaks
I
and
knew
Neon
you were gonna
Genesis
say Twin
Evangelion
Peaks.
together.
Is there anything that's not Twin Peaks
Yeah.
related?
Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, but there's some
That's it,
elements.
though.
that are
Oh,
like-
Legend of Zelda is. Never mind.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening was inspired by Twin
There's
Peaks.
some
So take it
elements
back.
of Twin Peaks and Super Mario. Brothers.
Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider, Spyro, The Last of Us.
Point taken.
Okay. So
There are lots of video games.
the only complaint I have about the game
Did you hear my point?
is that it like slavishly follows the item storage, and I'm going to go with just item storage from classic Resident Evil or Silent Hill, but like even more so, you have an inventory of 6 slots only, and as far as I know, you can't expand it the whole game. So there were multiple occasions of I need this thing, I got to go back to the box and get it, and those boxes are at save points. So just like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. And I think they were too heavy-handed in that.
Yeah.
It never ruined the game for me, but I was like, this could have been streamlined. If you gave me 8 slots in my inventory, that would have been better.
Right.
But 6 was too tight.
Annoying.
So that is annoying.
Slots were too tight.
But that, you know, ammo is scarce, but it wasn't to the point where it was so scarce that I ran out. And I got to the end of the game and I still had bullets left for like the biggest gun of all.
Of course
so,
you did.
So you're not gonna.
You're very
that's
stingy
not
with
a-
ammo.
That yes, that's true. That's not gonna hinder you unless you're ammo crazy, like unless you're just trying to blow away everything. But the game is a lot of fun, very interesting. The puzzles are much tougher than your traditional Resident Evil or Silent Hill. And they're very interesting. I don't think I've ever played a game where the puzzles were this like. The puzzles were esoteric in the sense of what they did in the game. So it's like I was saying to you last week, here's this stone statue and it's got a microphone in it. And if you play this certain tone, its head opens up and you get this picture inside. And you're like, who the hell planned all this stuff out? This is weird. But the process of solving the puzzles is very rooted in like, it's very, I don't know how to say, it's like very, grounded. Like it all makes sense. You're not like putting something somewhere where it doesn't make sense and you're like, I guess you don't get like things where you're like, I don't know what to do with this key, I guess I'll jam it into this, I don't know, hole in the ground, you know.
Yeah, it's not like
bad example.
It's not like an
How
old
about,
like
I have this emerald and I guess I'll just cram it into this snake's eye or something like that. Yeah, horrible example.
I have no idea how to do these puzzles. There's a key and a lock. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's none of those things where you're just fumbling around and you have things in your inventory and you're like, I don't know where this goes or what it does. I guess I'll just click on everything and see if it fits in. It's none of that.
It's not like an old school like point and click.
Yeah.
type
So puzzles involve like
puzzle
putting
solving.
or figuring out fuse boxes and phases of the moon and radio towers that you have to get the broadcast in certain ways. It's very like I really liked the puzzles because all the puzzles I looked at and I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this. But as you look at them, you start to figure them out and you're like, wow, I feel really proud of myself for getting these puzzles solved. So I like that.
Very cool.
The story is filled with sadness and friendship and scary things and very contemplative and like, what are we doing here in this world and our connection with everything? It's a really, really intriguing, interesting story. It's something special. It's certainly something special. The mechanics will throw some people off, especially if they're not. Again, you know, when you talk about years of games,
If you don't know,
this
that a
isn't
key
Resident
goes in a
Evil this many
keyhole.
years ago. You know, you think of classic Resident Evil. So classic Resident Evil was all this stuff, and a lot of people are like, I played classic Resident Evil. I started with 4. You're like, no, not really. So this is very much that classic style. So if you're not used to, it doesn't have tank controls.
Well, that's good.
You can turn those on if you want. They are off by default.
If
but
you want.
Since
You
it
want to make the game
play
worse.
well, since it plays very much old school in that way, they're like, we'll put the tank controls in, and if people want to play that way, you can. Because you know, you pull the trigger to hold your gun out, you pull the other trigger to actually shoot.
Did you play with
No, I
regular
played modern
controls?
controls, which was fine. You know, I don't need tank controls. And to tell you the honest truth, I was worried about running away from enemies, and I can do it in tank controls just fine, but I know I could do it better with standard controls. So I was like, I don't want to get caught in a situation where I die because I'm rotating the character to get out of the way. But yeah, it is something special. It's a very unforgettable game. And a large portion of the game, you're like, what are they trying to say? What's going on? And as it goes on, you pick things up. At the end, there's still things I'm unsure of, but I have a general idea of what happened and what went on. And it's very interesting. I want to dig into it more. And I think there's some secrets I missed because, well, I won't say that. There's secrets I missed, I think. But I'm going to write more in detail about it in my review. It's It's very interesting. Check out a trailer. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not a very expensive game. It's not like $50 or something. I don't know. Was it $20? I think we said last week. I'm very happy I played it. I think I think a certain subset of people are really gonna dig it. And that's not aesthetically. That's from story and gameplay. But aesthetically, I think another subset of people are gonna enjoy it. It's my cup of tea in that way. So I played that. Really love that. I played. I started A Plague Tale Requiem this week.
What are you playing that
Is that
on?
out
I'm
already?
playing it on Switch. Yeah, it's out. It's out now for a week, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's on Game Pass.
Yes.
It's on everything. But yeah, I'm playing it on Switch, so that's the cloud version. I've had no issues. I played like a regular game. Couldn't even tell the difference.
How are the rats? Do they feel cool? In the
I have not
controller, or-
gotten to the rats yet. So
Let me know.
May the rats eat your eyes!
I'm only like a couple hours in.
The
Rats have
Switch
been
is-
shown, but I haven't done
The
it.
Switch's controller's got some cool technology in it.
Yeah, I don't
up
know if
there,
it uses
like-
HD Rumble or not. I mean, the game obviously shows Switch button prompts and all that. It knows you're playing. It knows you're playing the cloud version on a Switch. It's done like that.
You're a couple hours in and there are no rats yet?
There are rats, but not in the way he's talking about. I'm not controlling the rats.
Oh, you control the rats
Spoiler alert.
in the first one?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Wait, so were you
How many rats are
were
there?
you offended that there weren't
Hundreds
enough
of
rats
rat
in a
kings.
sequel of a game that you didn't play the first one of?
No, I would expect in a Plague Tale there to be more rats seen. And he's like, I've seen them, but nothing's going on. With
I
them
got
yet.
you. I got you. Makes sense.
I'm sure there'll be
Couple
more.
hours.
Eventually,
Let's
you'll get
with
some
this-
more
let's
rats.
like move it along here, folks. More plague,
You
less
play this
tail.
for
You
the
know what I'm saying?
rats.
Something is looming.
so anyway,
They better reach your eyes.
this it does. So, Do and I really like the first game. This sequel does a great job with its tutorial because it teaches you how to play if you don't know from the first one. But more importantly,
I only played.
it integrates it into the story. It's not just
Oh,
like here's how
cool.
you do this. Like you play a game of hide and seek in the beginning with the little kid, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah. That's.
Um,
I only played the demo for the first game, but I do remember that part.
And then there's another character that you're friends with who comes to like you're like playing a game where it's like the evil king is coming to get me, and you're playing as the girl and her brother, and that teaches you all the stealth mechanics. And I'm like, this is a really fun way to integrate it into the story, but teach you how to play too. And then you're playing with this kid that you meet, and they're throwing things in the river, and that teaches you the mechanics for like shooting or for using the sling to hit stuff. And so the tutorial is very good. It integrates the story, and it just feels fun. I really like how they handle that. And then it pushes you into a serious, like, okay, now here put what you learned to the test. And
Yeah.
I won't get into the
IRL.
details of that, but it gets pretty dark.
This takes place after the first one. It's like
Yeah.
a literal sequel.
Yeah. But then you get so like that there's the tutorial, then there's like, okay, use what you learned in the tutorial that gets the story going. And then you get into the story. The opening section of the story is one of the best openings in a game I've ever played.
Really?
Wow.
It is, the music is phenomenal and the action is intense. Like it's a very chaotic
check this
scene
out.
and very like it's still stealth, but it's very action packed. I was like, this is a hell of an opening, man. I was like, wow, this is really good. And then after that, it eases you into the next thing you're doing, which is more story oriented, and you get to like catch your breath a bit and walk around and stuff. So pacing so far in the game has been amazing. Like it really kicks off in a great way. I'm excited. I mean, I love the first game. So
Did you beat the first one?
Yeah.
And you loved it?
Fought the rat man in the church and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff I remember well.
Yeah.
Fought the Rat Man.
Did you beat it?
Yeah, loved
AKA Rathu.
Yeah, I remember being
Ratty.
interested in the
How
game
long
at
of a game
first.
would you say?
The first one was longer than I thought it was, or thought it would be. What was it, like 15 to 20 hours?
If that, I don't know if it was that long.
Let's look it up.
Yeah,
let's
let's
see.
look it up.
That's just, I vividly remember it being longer than I thought it would be.
And I only remember the controller when rats were near. That's all I remember. But I liked it.
I'm sorry, I'm looking up
Sad.
the playtime.
Sad what's happened to this memory.
It says 10 and a half hours if you're not doing any 10 and a half hours if you're not doing any of the side content.
Do you feel it on the
I'm
controller?
answering your
Sorry,
question.
10 and a half hours.
And it says 16 hours roughly if you're going for everything. So I I said 15
You
to
gotta play
20.
it on the
so.
PlayStation 5.
But I've seen everything.
I played it on Xbox, so I did not feel that.
I don't have that.
So play it on the Switch.
Oh, you played the new one?
Holy
Oh
moly,
my
man!
goodness.
No, you played the
Innocence, I
new
played on the Xbox.
Yeah, the new one
Requiem,
you've
I'm
been playing
playing on
the
Switch. Yeah.
Do you feel it on the Switch?
I haven't done anything that
Well,
would
then
use
there's
HD
the answer
Rumble.
I was looking for.
That doesn't mean there's not HD Rumble because I haven't done rat stuff yet. He's talking about he's talking about whatever it's called. What's that?
The haptic feedback on the PlayStation
Yeah.
5.
He's talking about the rat stuff because of that. I haven't controlled the rats yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
I've only run around and hid from people.
Wow.
But anyway, excellent start. I got a long way to go, but it's an excellent start. And unfortunately, the Switch is 720p, so it does, or this version streams on Switch is 720p, so it's not the best way to get the visuals, but the visuals are gorgeous. I mean, the first game was really nice looking.
It was. Yeah.
And
Well, you
this-
were playing it on the Xbox, so yeah.
Yeah. This game, like, I know they really dialed it up. Digital Foundry again did a technical analysis of the PS5 and Xbox Series X version, and they were like, "This game pushes these systems. Like, this is one of the first games, or one of the few games to really push the system." And I'm playing on Switch to Cloud version, so I get to see what it looks like on the PC 720p. But I'm like, some of these scenes are like. There's things that I've looked at. And I'm like, this looks real. This looks like a real mountainside.
Man, that's got to be.
Yeah, because the Switch is playing on a high-end PC, but it's being streamed at 720p. So
It's cool to hear you get excited about graphics because you don't ever. So,
and
I know that's not
Yeah.
the point behind your excitement, but it's just nice to hear you.
Well, I feel the same way about Red Dead. Red Dead is a gorgeous looking game, but it's from a realism standpoint, the open plains and everything looked amazing. I was like, look at the sunlight through the clouds. This looks really, really cool. But yeah, that's not why I like the game. Like, I could look at that and think the game sucks, which I don't think Red Dead sucks, but I don't like Red Dead. So, but from a visual standpoint, when you're going for realism, I think that's a great example. Looks fantastic. And that's, whatever. Games from here on out aren't going to get that much more realistic than that, but that's a great one. Art design is more important to me, but this, looks gorgeous. So when I was playing it, I was like, I'm excited for you to play because I want to see what you think of the visuals. Because I'm sure on PS5 it's going to look amazing, and on your new TV it's going to look amazing.
Well, I'll be playing it on the Xbox.
Xbox Game Pass,
but still, it should look
Xbox Series
good.
X. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Well, now I'm excited. That's what I'll play this week. I need to get out of.
I'm sorry, I'm on my phone. Yes.
Oh, I'm trying to look things up.
We can
You're gonna
answer
play it
these
on the
questions for.
Xbox?
It's on Game Pass. He doesn't
on
have to
Game
pay for it
Pass,
there.
yeah.
But then you're gonna give up the one thing you loved about it.
I know. What am I going to do? Spend $60 and buy a game? I would never. Sorry.
What are you, crazy?
I only,
What are you, out of your mind?
I only buy video game systems that I already own. Thank you very much. What an idiot I am.
spend
Am I
money
the
on
dumbest
consoles
person in
that
the
I
world?
already
I
own.
could be.
So anyway, yes, enjoyed that. Now I played one more thing, but I don't know if I can talk about it. Let me check. All coverage, including reviews and videos, can go live on October 31st.
Nope.
Yeah,
Says
what were
all coverage. I guess I can't talk about it.
What were you playing at 4 a.m.? Was that where you were playing at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how did you know I was playing something for you?
Because I woke up on the couch at 4 a.m. and the Switch was still downloading games. So I looked and you were on there playing a game.
Yeah, I can say what I was playing. I just can't tell you about it. I was playing Ghost Song.
Yep, that's
which
what it
is
was.
a Metroidvania I've been looking forward to for years.
It was 4 a.m. and too early for me because it was just transition period between the couch and the bed at that point. So it was too early for me to Google
Funny,
it.
I did that last night too.
Yeah.
I never made the transition. I just
You did living room bed to living room bed. Yeah.
I did. That was it.
So I played Ghost Song. I believe it was a Kickstarter project, but I've been very intrigued in that one. So I'll tell you about it, I guess, this coming week. It depends on. Listen, guys,
give us money for a Kickstarter, but don't talk about us till the 31st.
Well, they got a publisher, so it's the publisher's rules, not theirs.
You're right. They are wrong.
What rules?
It's Humble Games. Humble Games wants an embargo on the review. So what are you going to do?
What rules? What rules? You.
Okay.
What rules?
All
you
right.
sons
all right.
of
I can get
bitches?
you just what rules if you want.
Oh wow. Google now has things. If you look up a game, it has the release date: 4 days, 6 hours, and 28 minutes.
So Can you look up if Ghost Song was a Kickstarter project? Because I thought it was, but I might be wrong. I don't want to misconstrue. Oh, and I was going to say, guys, I'm sorry I'm not on embargo for some games as far as date and day. First party stuff will take precedence. Like I will always play an ungodly amount when I don't have time to make sure I hit an embargo for first party. But if it's not first party, I'm sorry. I'm going to take my time with it. I think trying to squeeze in games by an embargo, depending on when you get the game, taints how you feel about a game. I'm sorry. I don't.
Journey of
That's
Hope.
how I feel. Sure.
Ghost
Is that the
Song, A
subtitle?
Journey of Hope. That I mean, it's on Kickstarter.
How about? Oh, there you go. Let me see a picture.
A beautiful 2D sci-fi Metroidvania.
That sounds
about
like it. If you
love,
just show
hope,
me a
and
picture, I
redemption.
could tell you. I don't know.
I mean, there's a video of the game. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. So it was a Kickstarter. Yeah. So Humble
I'm not a
must have
total
picked them up.
buffoon.
So there you go. That's what we played. All right, everybody, let's do questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where do I send those questions?
Goninpod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo, video games in general, or whatever the hell you want. This week's question comes.
Fantastic.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is now.
Wait a minute. They had a stretch goal to get this on the Wii U.
I said I've been waiting for it for a very long time.
Yeah. All right.
How about it?
Okay, this comes from Ed Boy. Ed Boy says, "Hi, podcast crew.
Hi.
This is a question for all of you, but mostly for Josh.
Sure, why not?
Does this recording sound like Josh's lovely singing to you? This is the sound of the door to my dryer, and it's as it's shut. I was doing laundry. I couldn't help but think of Josh. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. And it's so great to have you back. All right, so Josh, Ed Boy thinks his
Wow, that does sound like Josh.
exactly.
Amazing.
Ed Boy thinks his
That's what I
dryer
sound
door sounds like yours singing. And here you go.
Wow.
I think in particular, Josh, it sounds
I am
like
the world's best
don't do it
singer.
yet. Josh, I think in particular it sounds like the end of your rendition of Happy Birthday. Do not sing it yet, Josh. Here's the recording one more time. This part. That now, Josh, sing us Happy Birthday as only you can.
I'm the star of the show.
Right, that's true. And again, I want to stress it's the end of Josh's Happy Birthday. Wish we had somebody's birthday to dedicate this to. But here we go. That's a definite. That is a
I am the
definite.
world's best singer.
Well, Josh, do you know this dryer?
That's none of your business.
Oh, Josh again. Rosie, a dryer. Man, oh man. Josh, was she making this noise when you were with her? Oh!
When you were
Hell yeah.
dry humping her.
Hell yeah.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Were you
hanging
hanging
and
Hell
banging, baby? That's great. Good for you, Josh.
Hell
Good.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hanging and banging.
Hanging and
Hell
banging.
yeah. Hanging and banging. Hell yeah. Hanging and banging.
Ooh, new rap
I'm
from
feeling
Josh.
so great. Thanks for rap.
That's great. Thank you, Ed Boy. One of my favorite questions ever. We also have a Patreon
A big
question, Mom
hello
Brain.
to my fans.
Dryer fans.
Smash that subscribe button.
We have a Patreon question, Mom Brain. Did you know that you can join the Patreon
For $1.
For $1. Thank you, Billy. Jake Tricks has a question. 2 gaming things I used to do as a kid that I don't find myself doing as an adult. I used to sit at a title screen and watch all the demo or attract mode scenes for every game I played. I used to love getting a peek at other characters and worlds. I also don't watch to see if characters have entertaining idle animations these days. I was interested in seeing them when I was younger after watching Mario fall asleep in Super Mario 64. What kind of odd gaming specific habits do you not do anymore? I still do all of them. I still sit on title screens, to see if anything happens. So, and I watch idle animations, although they're not as fun as they used to be.
Title screens were used. I mean, there still are. The only way that I see other parts of a game because I can never get past the beginning most of the time.
Well, are there things you used to do as a child with games that you do not do anymore? Make up
played-
songs to the makes up lyrics to the songs.
I still do that.
Oh, okay.
How about sit crisscross on the floor the whole time you're playing and never think about how uncomfortable you are?
Oh yeah. Something I don't do anymore is I used to have like a TV in my bedroom when I still lived at home, and I would do a lot of gaming like lying on my bed, like on my stomach. Yeah, don't do that anymore.
No. I could never do that. I could never play laying down. I guess I used to go through games a lot quicker back in the day because I was like, I just want to see everything, and I beat them
Also,
very
you
quickly.
had nothing else you had to worry about.
I guess so.
besides-
Yeah. I don't do that anymore.
different lengths, I guess, right? I mean, some of them. Were
I wasn't playing RPGs, so that's true.
Like
You know, my
initially
games were like
games
2
were like-
hours or something.
If they had a save, it was
Yeah, like any Sonic game, any Mario game, they don't take
You know what?
hours and hours to beat.
What else I think is a big difference now is that while you still play with other people online and whatnot a lot, I think playing with people together in the same room is something that we don't do as much anymore. We still do it,
It's
but
not as it's much easier to play online. I will always prefer local multiplayer, but yeah, I think that's true for a lot of people. No, that's true for people from our generation because, you know, you get to the GameCube days, there were people who did it, but as you moved on from then, like, you know, GameCube, Xbox, PS2, that was like the last era of local multiplayer gaming before we got into the horrors of online. So,
Ice Dilbert 6 says, I don't have to turn the TV to channel 3 anymore.
oh, that's true. Don't have to. The
there
TV's
you go.
downstairs. I do, but
I was gonna
up
say, I
here,
don't-
no.
I don't play the demos in stores anymore.
Yeah. I used to, man. I used to run
Sometimes you have to wait in line.
GameStop and Sears to see what demos they had because I'd read in like a magazine. I vividly remember reading in a magazine that Nintendo was bringing Wind Waker demos to their kiosks, and I was like, I'd go to the mall every week and run to both kiosks to try and find it. And GameStop eventually had it, and somebody was playing it when I got there, like you said, so I had to wait.
He walked in and he was like,
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Yeah, I guess that's something else I don't. Yeah.
oh, Kyle Lanquin, that's a good point. Rami Cowboy beating Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles by himself killed local multiplayer.
Could have actually.
I said it died with the GameCube days, so I guess that's true. You got guys. I have that on the Switch. We can do it.
Yeah, do we
Who's
have
got the time?
Has there been a game
We
since
Today,
then
we
that
could start today.
That might have been the last of it.
We had the time then, but who's got the time?
That was
Oh,
the
we
last
played-
local multiplayer game we played since
played
then.
Pika Park.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, you mean Pico Park?
We played Pico Park.
Pico
yeah, we
Park,
played it a
Pico
couple
Park.
months ago. to
Tomato,
the finish.
tomato.
Anything else, or is that it?
Tomato.
I was
potato.
gonna
Mom Brain, you don't write numbers on controllers anymore?
That's
I
true.
didn't do that. My mother did.
Right.
Your mother.
I was gonna say one thing I don't do anymore. I guess this isn't really a gaming habit, but I don't. I almost never like buy games like, you know, the same. You know, when they're first released, and you know, I don't pay full price for them.
Oh yeah. Well,
I usually
today's
wait-
day and age.
Yeah, I usually wait until something goes on sale if I'm interested.
Which with most games is like a month later.
Rami used to go
That's true.
into like the GameStop with like a written list of everything you wanted to reserve
It's true.
and reserve the games.
I
and then
did
we get
that.
the
Yeah,
call.
remember
that they were
reserving
in.
games?
Every month in advance, I would write
Yeah.
out a list of things I want. I would do that with anime too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, anime was much tougher because there was back then buying anime was a lot more difficult, and you couldn't depend on every place to get it. Like we used to go to Suncoast. They'd be like, I hope they have it, and they'd be like, we can't pre-order this one. It's not in our system. All that stuff. So anime was tough, but then Best Buy eventually started doing anime and made it easier. But those
Then you
lists,
made
I
that
mean, all that
friend.
stuff is down there underneath, huh?
You made that friend.
Angel.
Yeah.
Angel, my anime friend. Yep. He was an angel, a literal angel.
Yeah.
Talked to me every week about anime while we were there. And
Best Buy.
he was a Best Buy employee. I was looking for an anime one day. He took me to where it was, and he's like, "Yeah, I know all about it. I watch anime."
Can
I was
I
like,
have
"You want?" Because
anime?
again, this was like when we were in college. Anime was getting more popular, but wasn't like it is now. So we used to talk to each other about anime because he know I was coming in all week, and he'd be like, "Oh, you're here for, you know, whatever." I was gonna say some crazy name, but I can't. They're all so crazy that I can't. I was trying to think of
Fruits
something from
Basket.
around that era. Yeah, fruit. Oh, you're here for a new Fruits Basket? And I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I'm picking it up. So he was great. He was great.
Oh, Hailey and Tom has a sweet memory. every Sunday with my mom and dad. My parents would go shopping while I hung out in electronics at Kmart.
I would go there at Kmart when that was around. Yeah, I would hang out more often at Sears though, because at Sears,
Well, you can hit them all
our
in the same
Sears,
mall.
the gaming section was a little corner tucked in with like clothing.
Yeah.
And it was so nobody could even see that it was
like
over
a little-
there.
like a little glass.
Yeah. And that's
It
where
was a
they had the
little
Virtual
depressing,
Boy
yeah.
and
Why? When I went into New York once when I was young and my mom had to go into like a store for batteries for her phone for her camera. And I was like, oh, there's Game Boy games. And I was going down the thing and I was like, oh, Game Boy games. And I got to like one part of the thing and it was pornography. And I was looking at it. I was like, I don't know this game.
these I want to play these games.
What is this game? Oh, like
Beat them and eat them.
as a child, it was like that instant flush of like heat. And I was like, I have to get out.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
I have to get out of my clothing.
Do you want to hear something wild in that vein? We were having a conversation because right now at my school, there's like kids just like looking totally inappropriate stuff up like all the time. And I was like, you know, if you think about it, like they have so much access to so much all the time that they're like I don't know, satiated or whatever. But like, I was like, what happened to like finding
porn in
like,
a hole in the woods?
Yeah. And I was like, because that's like where we came from. And
have to work for it.
yeah, just like imagine looking up like pornography
We were
at
unearthing
school.
literal treasures in the ground.
Right? Like,
I found
lady
half
treasures.
a boob.
A very large bush.
Those were the days. I found a very large bush in a very large bush.
Right? Anastasia Beaverhausen says, I had to tell a kid off for looking up blue waffle once.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is not that's further than just pornography.
I love blueberry waffles. I don't see what the problem
Blueberry waffles will be
Blueberry
fine.
waffles are
Don't
great
look
at a
up
lemon
blue
party.
waffle. That would be
When Kyle
nightmare.
Lankwin brought up like a really nice memory, Toys R Us had those paper slips you'd take to the locked game
Yes.
cage. It felt like visiting a prisoner when you got a
Yes.
new game.
I remember that so vividly. The flip covers where you would look at it had the pocket with the piece of paper for the game, and it was just like a pocket that had the front of the box and the back of the box, and you flip it over to see the back of the box. And back then, you're like, this looks like a good game because you didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
That's how I got Cat Trap. I looked at the front of Cat Trap and the back, and I was like, this looks like a fun puzzle
Yeah.
game. Better than I could have imagined. It was amazing. I used to look at the TurboGrafx 16 at Toys R Us all the time, and I'd be like, I really want one of those, but I was a kid. I was already working 4 jobs back then. Just couldn't make enough.
Yeah.
Man, I do miss the wall. I wish they would bring that back at Toys R Us. I know Toys R Us's are
well,
coming
they
back.
back Toys
Well,
R
they're
Us
they're
first.
back. Just very very few. There's one at
Welcome back.
American Dream. Yeah, welcome back. All right, that's your questions. Let's do some music. Send your music to
Before you go into music,
GoNintendo@gmail.com.
okay.
Where?
GoNintendo@gmail.com. GoNintendo@gmail.com.
It's going to be a little hard, but I think a lot of people in the chat were writing what they played this week.
Oh my god, I forgot to ask.
And
It's going to
it's-
be a
it's
little hard,
very-
but this means you've
Yeah, I don't
taken a
think they-
tally already, right?
I was looking. I didn't
Yeah,
see any.
like 3 people, I think so.
Oh, I forgot to ask. It's my fault.
It'll be cool. Thanks for understanding,
What?
everybody. We love
Whoa,
you.
whoa,
Thanks
whoa.
for listening.
Why
Oh,
do
he's
you
hungry.
hate
He's very
hearing what
hungry.
people are playing?
He's very hungry. I ruined his day.
You hook up the speaker.
Well, I can't because I got to do the music intro.
Oh, you go right ahead then.
No one's saying anything.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
No. Yes, it's my fault. I forgot to ask what you were playing. If you tell me now, I will get to it. Thank you, Mom Brain. Anastasia Beaverhausen is playing Slime Rancher. I see that. Careful now. Thank you again for sending in your songs, everybody. I saw that we were up to 210 today, which is
Kirby
even
no
higher
peeking?
than last week. So thank you. I appreciate it. Keep sending them in. You want music sections? Then you send in music.
Here comes a jam
You give me cash money, I laser you eyeball.
from Mikey3319.
Oop.
Let me just hold on because you know it's going to be. Yep.
Give me
yep,
a
yep,
dirty
yep.
eye.
Ooh, gotta look out for that dirty eye.
Got an ad over there?
Of course.
Frozen.
No.
Start that again. That sounded exactly like Frozen. I know it's not Frozen, but
Sounds more.
that's Frozen exactly, just at a different speed.
Okay.
It's,
Frozen.
Silent Hill.
No.
Resident Evil.
No.
Fatal Frame.
No.
The horror game.
Yes.
Manhunt 2.
John the Grudge.
No.
Resident Evil something or other.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did we confirm the system yet? Is it like Outlast or something?
No.
Good guess.
Outlast 2?
Switch?
No.
No. Okay, now we got something. So it's Wii?
No.
What is it?
GameCube.
Oh.
Spooky.
Eternal Darkness.
No.
Spooky on GameCube.
No.
It's just killing me because I know I've played it. I must have. It sounds so
Yeah.
familiar, that little lady's voice.
Frozen, yeah. What the
It's
hell
not
is
Frozen.
scary
Not
on
Frozen, for God's sake.
GameCube?
Clock Tower.
No.
What was that game we played?
There's no Fatal Frames on GameCube.
Man.
Is this a franchise?
Yes.
Like a game franchise, I have to
No,
say that.
it
Okay.
is.
So it's licensed.
It's licensed.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Scary licenses, guys.
I'm pretty sure Nikki Hill. I'm pretty sure I know Nikki Hill to be a fan of this. I don't know for sure.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Hentai.
Neither.
Well, he is the hentai correspondent.
Come on, what scary movies are you a fan of? Franchise.
Oh my god!
I mean,
I
that
know
sounds
that.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. Beetlejuice.
No.
All right, go ahead.
What if I said it wasn't a movie?
TV show?
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps is the only other thing I thought of.
No.
Go ahead, we don't know.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a GameCube game.
Never played
I
that.
did. I just forgot all about the other thing I thought of.
No.
Go ahead, we don't know.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a GameCube game.
Never played
I
that.
did. I just forgot all about it.
I wonder why that sounds so familiar.
Do you like Buffy?
I had the poster, but I was a teenage boy.
I remember the
yeah.
poster, yeah.
This one.
I did enjoy the show, but I never really watched it a lot.
I didn't either.
I think I played the game.
Really?
I watched the show in the beginning.
You played the game. Go for it.
This one comes from Jess I.
Super Nintendo?
Yes.
That progression makes me think it could be an RPG. I'm not sure.
It looks like it could be an RPG.
Yeah, this is like I'm on an adventure.
One of the Mana games.
All right, so what do we got RPGs on Square Enix or on Super Nintendo?
Okay, is it Breath of Fire?
No.
Very Japanese beats to the music. What do we got here? We got the Legend series, Legend of Mana, Secret of Mana,
Nope.
Secret of Evermore.
Nope.
Okay, we got Dragon Quest. We got Final Fantasy. We got, you already said Breath of Fire.
Was there a, what's that series? Suikoden? Is there a...
Is it Suikoden?
No.
Is it, was there a Lunar on Super Nintendo?
Yeah, right.
This isn't it.
Okay. Jeez.
Franchise you know, Monbrain? I guess not.
I don't think so.
I didn't play so many RPGs on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, what was that one game? So wait, we're sure it's an RPG?
She's saying it looks like
It
an
is,
RPG.
I'm
Oh, it
pretty
is.
sure.
Oh, there you go.
Illusion of Gaia?
No.
Okay.
Yes, good guess.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
All right, let's think of it like this. Companies that make RPGs. We did Square Enix pretty much. We covered all of them, right?
It is not Square Enix.
Okay.
Capcom,
No.
Konami,
Nope.
Oh, it's a weird one. Then.
Yeah, I don't think I know.
Can you give me the company?
Taito.
I was gonna guess Taito, and I don't know, so I don't.
Yeah,
know.
what RPGs is Taito?
This weak spot.
You
for
give
me.
up?
Sure.
I do.
Lufia and the Fortress of Doom.
You know, I said
Oh.
lunar, and I meant Lufia.
So what you
Did
just
you
play
really?
as
Yeah.
as a shower Lufia?
Oh, jeez. I
Is that your
so
weapon?
angry at myself. Huh?
Is that your weapon, Nick?
I thought you were gonna say I'm so mad at Nikki Hill for making that
No,
joke.
no, that's
Nope,
expected.
he was just ignoring him.
That's
trying to, anyways.
Lufia body.
This one comes from Guy Bones. It's tricky.
All right, so it's Mario and it's Mario Kart, but it's neither of those.
Right.
Mario Party.
What system?
Is it from a Smash Brothers or something?
It is not from a
it
Smash
the new
Brothers. It is
Excite
from the DS.
Oh,
Tetris DS. Oh Jesus, you're a jerk. Who sent this in?
Guy Bones.
You're a jerk, Guy
Oh,
Bones.
jerk. P-Cross.
why would you do that?
No.
I don't know. This is so mean.
Though, huh?
God.
It really is. This is from Double Dash, like originally, I think.
Animal Crossing?
No.
Damn it.
Oh, DS?
Yeah.
Is it like Nintendo?
It is.
How did you remember that?
And one moment in time, Nicky Hill realized that he should think about what we're doing right now. And he's like, wait, I'm going to pay attention. This is from the
No, I've
DS?
been playing, and I wasn't paying attention. I didn't remember the DS, so I need
I
to
miss
ask.
Nintendo.
Son of a bitch. You got it.
I don't remember. What...
You know who misses us?
Because you
Our
drive a
Nintendo.
car, right?
I know.
Is that what it is? Like you drive a little go
Oh.
kart or something, and the dog chases it. I
They're
don't-
dead now.
I really
They're
don't.
still
remember.
waiting for us. And they'd act like nothing
I know.
happened.
I wouldn't have the heart to even go back.
What are you guys on?
Going back to our
Nintendo.
dogs.
Rufus and Doodle.
They'd act like nothing happened. And I'd just be like, listen, buddy, I'm just here to euthanize you. So.
Okay, this one comes from PT.
Donkey Konga?
No.
Mario Mix? DDR Mario Mix?
Nope.
These
Link's Crossbow Training?
No.
Oh, Fortune Streets.
Nope.
Cadence of Hyrule.
Nope.
Guys, it's a Zelda.
Thank you.
Is it a
Oh
Legend?
my
of
God,
Zelda?
you're right.
It is.
I know this version of it, and I just can't think of where. What system?
I think Switch.
Spirit Tracks or Switch.
Link's Awakening.
So it's not
Yes.
a Zelda.
Oh, Link's Awakening.
It
The
is
remake
the
of Link's
remake.
Awakening, yeah.
Wow, Nikki Hill.
Is that?
It's even that song.
That was from PT, who has been hanging out with us in the Discord.
I didn't even mean to say Link's Awakening. What's the side-scrolling one? Well, that's not even on the Switch. See, this is how dumb I am.
But Link's
the
Awakening
Past?
has side-scrolling parts to it.
Oh,
You mean, yeah,
Link's
Zelda 2?
Link Between Worlds. I was thinking, and I
That's
said
not
Link's-
side-scrolling.
I know- Well, it is when you get on the walls or something, right?
You're just walking on the wall. Yeah, I guess technically that's got some side-scroll. Like, side-scrolling is Zelda 2.
I know, yeah.
You asked for one. What's side-scrolling?
Well, because when you go on like into the artwork, you become
2D, yes.
Yeah.
You are. Yes, you move around on a 2D plane.
point
yes.
of it.
HD
Is that
2D.
I am so uneducated with the Zelda games that I guessed it correctly because I'm guessing the wrong one.
Listen, we'll take it. We got there.
And I wasn't even on the Switch. It was the 3DS, right?
That's correct.
He's the only
What a
person
dummy.
that can get the answer right
And
and
then
then,
it-
talk forever about why he's wrong.
Here comes one from Steister.
Feel like we haven't
Who
heard that name in a while.
predicts
Thank you.
Raw Meat Cowboy will not be able to get it,
You bastard.
even with hints.
Well, if he
Oh,
can't
come
get
on.
it, what are we gonna
Wait.
No, I know this.
Oh yeah, I do too. It's the Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
It is.
I would have gotten this.
Yeah, I used to play this game all the time.
Yeah, I played this a ton. I rented this so many times. Another Capcom licensed
It looks
classic.
pretty badass.
It's great. It's a great game.
Great job.
One more.
No,
not the moon piece.
Not the moon
Oh dear.
Not the black moon piece.
This one comes from Turbo K.
Turbo K.
I mean, I'm just thinking about if I should give you the.
Just play us cold first.
Okay. Here we go.
I really wish we had some backstory on this one. It's a Switch game.
It is.
I like where it's going. Turn that knob, baby. Something about this is familiar.
Is it a violent game?
I don't know, but it doesn't look it based on what I'm looking at.
Margot.
Something about that little ditty is familiar.
Hotline Miami. Runer.
Too happy. Oh, baby.
It's not that Katana.
This is a winner.
Winner, chicken
My
dinner.
friend Pedro.
What did you want to tell us?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Nikki Hill?
Katana Zero?
No.
Hey, talking to you.
What?
What did you want to tell us?
I can't read it to you now because I'm playing it in the email.
Know that. Oh. I don't know. It sounds familiar though, but I don't know. Can I get the email hint?
Yes. So, Turbo K says the crew won't get this game as it's the most underrated and least talked about game this year. I absolutely love this game and recommend it to anybody who loves platforming games. The soundtrack is also S tier. It needs more attention. And Turbo K included the full soundtrack because Raw Meat Cowboy should listen to all of it and play the game.
Hold on. Is it something like? Does it have DX in the title?
No.
Does it start with a W?
No.
Well.
Sorry, I have to go put potatoes and
Go ahead,
carrots
I don't know.
in my hot roast that I'm making for
Potatoes and
someone.
molasses?
But lasagna and bologna. It is Super Mega Zero on the Switch from Turbo K.
Oh yes, I remember.
Ramit, I'm going
seeing
to
that.
forward you the email so that you can continue to
Well, I mean, the soundtrack is.
explore.
Yes, I remember seeing. I got emails about this game, and I never played it. Yes. I remember this game. That soundtrack is worth it alone. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
My
Thanks, Turbo K. Right? That was Turbo K. Turbok.
Yeah.
Turducken. Do you have anything for us, Stu?
Yeah, you know it. You know it. Oh God. So, ladies and gentlemen, this just came across my desk.
Sounds like bad news.
Timing is important.
It's something. Dues Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week, starring Do Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty interesting rumor this week. Only because this one's true for some reason.
Oh.
Normally,
for some reason, my sources usually suck, but for some reason.
normally they're rumors. This one has been confirmed true. So, Helena Rubinstein, Bonham Carter, Taylor. She was so upset about this whole thing with Platinum Games and Bayonetta 3, or the third Bayonetta, that she went to the Mafia and she spoke to Don Mafia, and he said, I've got the perfect thing to get people to stop playing this. Thank you very much. And he's the one who coined the Boyocata Bayonetta thing that we thought Nikki Hill coined earlier, but no, it's actually a real thing, and they're trying in the Italian world to stop this. I mean, this is true, folks. I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm crazy. This
He
is
just reads
true.
what comes across his desk.
I can
Like the-
only report the news. Thank you
That's
very
true.
much.
That's
Mom
true.
Branch.
It's risky to report this news if it's tied to the
Nikki Hill, can
mafia.
you back this up?
I have no connections to the mafia, and even if I did, why would I put myself
Oh,
out there?
it's true. It's
That's
true.
right.
Thanks,
Can
Stu.
neither confirm nor deny.
I got you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're listening, be careful when buying this game because you never know. Exactly. You never know when James Gandolfini is going to be around the next corner.
Well, there's a really good chance it won't be James.
I don't think he's going to be around any
I
corners.
guess it won't.
You know
Rest
what,
in
guys? This is. I think this was a show for the ages. I feel like we had a good, funny, fun one today.
I
All the
agree.
others sucked, but today was pretty good.
This was
Solid 6 out of 9.
It's just
podcast
fun.
spooktacular.
It's just fun.
Yeah, the extended
Good luck,
version
Crazy
of that
Colonel.
is
It's all for fun.
you will boycott Bayonetta, or we'll fill your ears with regatta.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, all. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There you go.
I've toyed with, and we're off. I mean, we're off, right?
Regatta,
I've toyed
boycott.
with, because anyone listening right now is like a true fan, so they can know. I've toyed with actually like writing the rumors before getting to the podcast.
I was going to ask you about that.
To like try to make them legit, but like
Right.
I'm not that creative. Like I like to think I'm creative, surrounded by
fly.
friends in the moment, but never on the podcast, and never when I like try to think of something to write down beforehand.
Also keeps them topical and like relevant.
Yes.
If you're doing it during, like, you never know where the show's going to go. It'd be like Crazy Colonel drawing the picture before.
You know,
he
I
listens.
trust
That's
him. I
really
trust him.
high praise to even compare me at all in the same sentence with Crazy Colonel, but I
What was the
appreciate
story
that.
for last week?
Mom Brain,
Yeah.
while he's looking that up, did you look up your Usi thing?
Oh, no, I'll look it up right now.
What's the
I was going to use it as
Ooh.
our segue into what we
It's
were going to talk
Badissi.
about, but
Without the bada.
well, this is why I'm asking Mom Brain. He's making something up. I'm talking about something you don't know about. We will explain it in a second. I'm looking for Mom Brain to give me more information.
What makes you think I'm making something up? Oh, because I said Badissi without the buddy. Yeah, that
Yes.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is correct. Yes. This was well, it's related to, so the Usi thing is related to SmackDown WWE. I'm gonna tell you. I'm telling you right now.
I'm telling you.
So in the WWE, there are two tag team wrestlers called the Usos.
Yeah, we know this.
And they call each other and other people Us. Hey Us, what's up, Us? And in this gang, in
The
this
U word.
clique, in this faction, there are Jimmy and Jay Uso. There's Roman Reigns because he is blood related to them.
Blue
There is what's his name? Akoa. He's Solo Sikoa. I can never remember that.
Noah?
He is also in the Uso family, but now they have in the recent weeks they have Sami Zayn, who is not by blood related to the Usos at all.
He's related.
So
to
Is he
Zayn.
considered an Us?
He is considered. So he's been working with the Usos and helping them.
Mhm.
So Roman Reigns, the leader of the Usos, the leader of the Bloodline, considers Sami Zayn an honorary Us.
Okay.
So he got him a shirt that says honorary Us. But there's a problem between, which one is it? Jay Uso? Yes, there's a problem between Jay Uso and Sami Zayn. Jay Uso is mad that Sami Zayn is part of the bloodline because he's like, you're not even blood. So
I'm sorry. Is this a storyline
yes,
thing? Okay.
yes. So Jay Uso in storyline is very, very angry and very mean and doesn't like working
As he
with
should be, yeah,
Sami
yeah.
Zayn. And it came to blows last night.
Standard question.
In the ring, it didn't come to blows. That would be punches. It came to a head last night because Jay was arguing.
Sorry,
Jay
X-rated.
was arguing with Sammy
First
in
it
the
came to a
ring,
head,
and
then
they
it
were
came to
doing this.
blows.
They were doing this
Thank
before
you.
Roman Reigns came out. Roman Reigns came out, and he's the head of the family. So they're like, "Oh crap, we're in trouble." And he got in the ring and he said, "I want you two to squash this beef right now. We're figuring this out, and it's done. Otherwise, we're kicking you out." So Sami Zayn was like, "I don't have any problem with Jay. I have nothing against him. I really like him. I think he's a great guy. He just doesn't like me being part of the bloodline." And Jay Uso was like, "You shouldn't be in the bloodline. You're not a blood member. You're not family. I don't like anything you're doing here. I don't like you. I want you out." And Sami Zayn was like, "Roman wanted us to squash the beef. I'm willing to do it. Just shake my hand." And Jay said, I don't care what Roman Reigns thinks, which is like a whoa moment because that's the leader of your bloodline, your family. So Roman turned around and was very angry. And it looked like they were going to fight. Sami Zayn was like, Roman, I think I know what it is. I don't think Jay is feeling very oozy right now. So the whole crowd starts laughing. Roman Reigns tries not to laugh and then just goes into laughing and plays it off his character. And Jay, who's supposed to be furious, is looking down like this, like biting his lip, trying not to laugh. And Roman's going through his story, and Jay can't help it. And Jay turns away from the camera and faces the crowd so he can laugh off of camera and comes back and tries to hold it in, and he can't. And you see him smiling, and Sammy puts his hand on his back. He's like, it's all right. You're not feeling very oozy. It's okay, right? Trying to screw him over and make him laugh. So Mom Brain said she believed that oozy was slang for pussy
Thought.
in certain sections of the world. But now we will oh, here we go. Here's a this wasn't from last night, but this is part of the bloodline thing in the Discord right now. That's with Jimmy Uso, who he gets along with. Yes, Mom Brain. So I gave you more than enough vamping.
No, I'm not finding anything.
So you made it up.
Well,
so
I saw
everybody's
it on
just
Reddit.
laughing
No, people are
because
talking about it on Reddit.
everybody's laughing because oozy is funny. To say somebody feels oozy is funny, and obviously everybody's thinking pussy as well. So that's why everybody's laughing. So there you go. There's the whole story.
It was great.
Now it's all explained.
With peace and love, that was an excellent story.
I don't believe you.
Look, he said it with peace and love.
Yeah, thank you.
That's when you say things you don't like.
Oh, is that true?
Do you have a story you want to tell?
My story would never be as good with peace and love. My story could
Okay,
never
now I
be
believe you. Now I
as
believe you.
interesting as that.
How was your
story
black
was.
moon pie?
It was terrific. Yeah,
I'll say,
it was just what I needed. Just what I
It
needed.
took the edge off.
I started watching some of Guillermo del Toro's.
Oh
Cabinet
yeah, I
of
wanted to talk.
Curiosities.
I saw a few episodes.
I
of
know
that.
of it. I don't know anything in it. I know it's a bunch of
watched
shorts,
two-
right?
Two of the stories last night, and I enjoy them.
The first two.
I really enjoy them a lot. Yeah.
How long are they?
An hour.
Well, the second one was only
those
like
aren't
38
shorts.
minutes.
That's short. I guess that's not really
Well,
short. No,
they're
chodes.
individual episodes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you watch
fine.
one
It's fine.
episode,
It's fine.
like
It's
an
fine.
individual story.
I still haven't watched the newest season of
Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and
I
Robots.
haven't
Yeah,
watched the first season.
I watched the first two. One night I'll hit where I'll blow through them all, which is what I did with the other two. I want to do it. I love animation, and I love those, whatever those things are called. You know, a whole bunch of shorts together.
Anthologies.
Anthology. Yeah. So I will definitely do it.
Yeah,
Just-
this Guillermo del Toro thing is pretty cool. It's got like Nikki Hill and I were discussing it briefly, but it's got like a Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Dark Side creep show kind of elements
Ooh.
to it. But like as much as I like those movies, they're not really all that great. And like a lot of the stories, like some of the stories are better than others. And
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
And I like, and so like with this, the writing is a little frustrating for me too. Like especially that first story, the writing is just like, all right, we got it. But like that aside, I like the kind of lessons. I'm assuming things are going to be interwoven.
I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Your thing about a la carte Dracula, did you reveal what that was?
Yeah, baby corn.
Baby corn, that's what it was. Okay, never mind.
It's corn. And you were supposed to tell me something, but I forgot I forgot the specifics of what to ask you about.
No, I know now. Yeah, that's an after the show thing. It was
Oh.
about Jimmy Lee.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to show it to
It's
you.
not
All right,
Bobby
everybody, we're
Lee.
done here.
Figure that one out.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax this weekend. You deserve it. It was a great one. It was one for the books. Tell everybody about this
Have a good
episode.
week. Be safe.
Bye, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Oh, happy Halloween.
Happy
Yeah.
Halloween. Be careful
Check
out
your candy for razor blades or whatever. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Farewell.
Farewell for now.